Yogscast? Hello, hello? Yes, we are. We did it!
Warlords round 2?
Yay!
We did it!
We're here! And we're playing a new game that hopefully won't break. If it does, it's gonna be some sketchies.
It's gonna break immediately.
Amazing.
I love sketches.
I know. So we're playing something called Pilgrim. It's basically medieval Lethal Company. Exciting.
We all look not at all haunting.
We do look very haunting, honestly. Middle Lethal Company. Yes. Likely dog. Why does Petra
why
leave in
did...
chat? Yeah, what?
Who's
huh?
typing? I don't even... Who is this? Is this
This is
you, Kerm?
It's
It's
me.
what?
I don't get my name.
Oh, yeah, why don't you have your name? Okay.
Wait, that isn't me.
No.
Wait, there's someone else typing now.
Wait, what?
Why am I the only one?
Does my name show up? Hello? Yeah, mine shows up.
It's just...
Only Petrock and Mousie allowed names. Everyone else can
just built
get
different.
in.
I don't know what to
Just
tell
built
you.
different.
Not in this pet rock.
Okay.
I could
Shall
go for
we...
a brat.
Are we working for... Let's find out. We'll find out. Okay, I'm gonna hit the button. Let's do it. I'm very excited about this.
Clear the
Did
trumpet,
that just
Scarrow!
skim through a bunch of...
What? I would like to know
Well,
what.
here you are, the chosen. And you say you volunteered for this too.
Oh, we
right,
volunteered,
well
apparently.
it's my misfortune to let you know what to do. And all I'll say is, it's a good ruddy job they lock that gate before we get to town is. As I see it, that road there, that stretches out for miles and miles and miles. You lucky pilgrims get to take the wagon down it. At
Okay.
the very end there should be a city. In the unlikely event that any life remains, it's up to you to let us know about it. Now, every year I lay out a nice little table of supplies for you pilgrims. See over there. But most importantly, there's the crystal. Pop that in the engine of the wagon and it'll do the rest. Pilgrims only
Okay.
get one crystal per trip, so you'll have to find more when this one runs out.
Oh.
There's plenty of stops along the trip, and I heard there's even a merchant out there that looks to take
A
pity on
merchant!
pilgrims.
They'll
Final
take pity
thing,
on us.
You'll be taking a pigeon. Let that little guy go when
A
you reach the end of the
pigeon?
road and not before.
Not
Then we'll know
before.
there's something out there worth checking. I'm sure you know, but well, I'll tell you anyway. We've never, not once, heard back from a single pilgrim.
What?
Oh, there's plenty
Until
of
today,
bastards out there.
because we're pro gamers.
So do mind your step.
Let's try.
Okay. I think that's
Can't wait
it.
for one of us to immediately
Hey.
die.
Get a move on.
Okay, where's
Well,
the...
I did steal the crystal, I stole the torch, and I stole the piss jug.
Sick.
Crystal goes in van. I know that much.
Wagon will
Crystal goes
steer
in
itself,
van and
loot what
makes
you
van
can, find the merchant,
Do
beware
not
the
put crystal
night.
down until people are ready.
Sprint.
Oh,
If
you
you
can
sprint,
take
So
that.
we have no names above our heads, right?
No, we have none.
Perfect.
What are you chatting? That's not help.
Sprint into something and then take damage.
Oh, we have a little...
Ugh.
It's like blood on the screen.
Ooh, I can take chalk.
So,
Oh, amazing.
No, you beat me to it!
Oh no.
To what? Drawing a little V?
Oh,
What could go wrong with this?
So, what I'm understanding... Lamp oil? Oh, sick. So, we have to move along and
Yeah.
just pick up stuff along the way.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so there's the
basically it.
crystal go in this thing.
The crystal goes in the middle, and then we turn the crank to go forwards.
Okay.
Wow.
Seems simple enough. Shall we?
Do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Also, you're going to hear that weird voice crunching a lot. It's kind of tricky.
Amazing.
Oh, off he goes. He just floats up into the sky.
I found the pigeon.
It follows you?
Ah!
What do you mean it follows you?
Lamp. Where's my lamp? Are there only a number of lamps?
I hung it down. No,
Yeah,
not-
yeah, they were on the
Look,
supply table. There were
there's
like
some stuff
2
out there.
torches,
Let's
2
grab
How
lamps.
do
some
you
stuff.
use ladders?
I forgot how to use my legs.
Oh, never mind.
There was nothing. Is there anything here?
I'm pretty sure it comes
Wait.
up with a pop-up when there's
Oh,
things to
okay.
look
Right, okay, sorry. Sorry.
for. From what I've seen.
Oh, the pet rock.
Everyone on. Oh, what the hell? It's moving. It's moving.
How can I pick up my pet rock?
Pushing it. That's
You
funny.
can push it?
You can push it, apparently.
Oh, push it.
Everyone get on. We're leaving. Bye.
Yeah. Push faster, slaves.
Okay, off we go. Ooh, look at that place. That looks not at all problematic.
There we go. We've discovered a place.
Okay, let's go to the crypt, everyone.
Presumably that has an entrance somewhere. Up here, probably.
Whee! The crows seem totally safe.
Go through door.
It,
Just give him some trinkets.
I can't see anything.
I can't see.
so if we ever get torches, we can like light them as we go, and it lights the
Oh.
way.
Light
I have a
torch.
Why are
torch.
two
Can I
people
pick it up?
floating?
Oh yeah, you're floating.
That looks...
That seems fine.
Hello?
Ah!
Woo! That's great. Love that. Wonderful.
Okay, that seemed fine.
What the fuck?
I'm unwell. I am unwell.
What's happening? What
The
happened?
screen went
I heard a
funny.
noise.
I got crunched.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think someone's dead.
Oh, shit. Me too.
I think someone might be dead.
Means that saw something weird. Maybe.
I think we saw 2 people die.
I can't see anything on this game.
That dude's massive. Is this another headphone
What?
warning game? Possibly, yes. Just
Oh.
big boned! I think 2 people are dead already, by the way.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
yeah, hello?
Petrock? What's that sound? Sounds kind of funny. What's going on?
I
I'm not
haven't
even
found
sure
any
what we're, like,
items
looking
yet, by the way. I, without someone with light, I can't see a damn thing. So I'm
Hi.
relying on you guys.
Yeah, my lamp ran out.
Oh.
Okay, there's a door. Do we have a lever?
Is there a lever? Hello? Oh, this looks fun.
Okay, well, that's just a dead
That's
end.
a dead end, yeah.
Was there a different way?
I don't know.
Couldn't see anything.
It's hard to tell, like, what we're meant to pick up.
If at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you're... Oh, that's... You're like falling
This is a-
from me.
there we
That was
go.
so weird.
Ah!
There's
What?
dead bodies.
Oh, yeah, they
Oh.
are.
I think that's a trap.
That's fine. I think standing on the little thing on the floor that maybe no one should
Yes.
stand on.
Yes.
I think brilliant. Good. That's 3 people who have just stood on a thing on the floor.
How do we want to do this? Look at all the dead bodies!
Do we try and jump over it?
Wow.
You jumped into the ceiling and then ran through it.
Welcome
I
to
can't
the
see
Dead
shit
Saw
now.
Club.
Ah, what was that?
Oh, that's a little
Oh my
thing.
god, there's a tiny baby!
What do you mean there's a tiny baby?
What was that?
Something
why
ran
does-
past.
What the hell am I
our-
supposed to do? I've got no lights.
Why does he get to
Nothing.
walk across the pressure plate and we don't?
This is where we all
Maybe
die.
Just
because
show.
the baby isn't real.
Maybe you're supposed to crouch
I
over
literally
it.
can't see anything.
Oh, maybe.
No, you can go around
And I
it.
know that's the way
Can you-
out.
No,
Yeah, no, I
tried
went
going
around it the
around
first
That's
time.
all I could do.
And I got sliced
I
in
went
half
around it
trying to
first.
go around it.
What?
Oh my god, you
Oh,
got past it.
okay, man.
Oh, I don't see.
How do I leave? I don't know how I leave.
Where are all
Mark
the
is a
soldiers we lit?
pro. They might have
Oh
burned up.
no.
I can't see
He's,
anything.
he's trapped! He can't see!
It's just walls. Help.
Oh my god!
He's just a 30-year-old medieval
That's a
peasant with gout
terrifying
and
cool noise.
pneumonia carrying a vase around in the dark.
Oh no.
Okay.
Where is he?
Guys, I literally have no idea where I am or what I'm doing. I'm
He's completely in the
completely
dark.
in the dark.
Oh! I saw light.
I don't know what to do about this. Oh! Oh!
Hey!
Oh my god, there's an exit. Now what do I do?
What a
What do I do about
gamer.
this? Is the people dead?
What do you do with the dead?
I don't know, maybe...
They make for great fertilizer.
So...
Oh look, the crystal is like running out of juice.
Oh no.
That's probably when you want to
It's
start
like
pushing.
draining.
So probably you have to find crystals
Yeah.
in those little tomby areas then.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did say the crystal is limited, so we'd have to find another one.
Or we run out of gas and then die.
I bet you like
What
only
does that
one of 3
mean?
locations has the crystal as well, so you'll
What do you
not
mean
know if
ding-dong?
you've gone past it already.
Why was there the bell ding dong?
It said on the sign the
It
bell
has to be,
rings per section, so it's because it's the middle of the day.
Oh, okay. This game
Apparently,
looks
this
really
is the
fun.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, this is similar to Lethal Company. It's very,
I
very early
literally
access.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now.
Just keep
Do you
going.
like the
Get people
butthole I
alive.
drew on top of the dick?
I know you can get people alive with... Oh, there's all the chalk.
Look, I drew some butt cheeks on
I don't
top
have
of the red
any
dick.
bodies.
Where? I don't see it.
What?
You don't
That's
see
not
him
a
on the
dick, that's a little
chalkboard?
babe.
No, I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see anything on the chalkboard?
No,
No.
we put so much effort into it.
Aw. I wrote tri-fingers,
We made
and then
laws?
there's someone else drew a penis, and then I put
Like,
butt cheeks on top
Try
of
and
the
get
penis.
bodies.
What? I'm
a
so
bee.
sad.
I'm gonna try and go and see what happens.
Here, wait, let me,
I don't know
take
what
a
to do.
screenshot.
I don't know. I'm not prepared for
Yeah,
this.
so do we get resurrected for this?
I don't know.
I mean, we don't have the lamps anymore.
This is true. Oh,
There you go.
sick! I see it. Yeah. How do we resurrect? This is a question we should probably get answered.
I don't think we do.
What the?
What
Oh, hell
is
no.
that?
What?
Oh no! I was going through a town. Which town did you play?
The merchant.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the merchant.
Maybe you can bargain for our lives back.
Ooh, true.
Oh, maybe.
Where's
Sell his
everything at?
spleen.
Oh, there's lamp oil in that. Okay. Where's he going? Is it not in that building?
Apparently not.
No, I think that's just a random building. I think this is the mercenary.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, buy a friend. There you go.
Welcome to my shop.
£30 each.
No beggars here.
Oh.
Okay.
His nose.
How do we figure out how much money we've got?
Very well.
I can buy a friend.
Yay! Buy a friend.
How does,
Thank you.
how does he know
for your
who?
patronage.
I think the
Is it
masks
in
goes
the
on
who
each
died?
person, don't they?
Now what?
Oh, I had that mask.
No body, no
Also,
there are
problem.
only
Get a
four-
mask.
That. Well, maybe.
There were only 4 masks and 5 of us are
Yeah,
dead.
cool. I know this much.
Who didn't make the cut?
Damn.
Well, it's one of the. This is the type of mask I
I
have.
know a little, but I know enough.
How's that Dr. Pepper, Mousie?
I don't have any. I'm drinking
Oh.
sparkling water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Alcoholic
Delicious.
sparkling water.
No.
He needs chalk? Oh, he has to draw
I've
the
no
outline
idea
of our
who you guys,
body?
but I've
Draw
covered-
the pentagrams. Ah.
No, yeah, I think it's the pentagram.
Right. So.
So it says no body, no problem, so I guess we have to bring back the bodies.
Do a little.
Oh my god.
Chalk?
No, it's the mask.
Do a little bit of this.
Wow.
We're doing arts and crafts.
But if we
What
bring
we
back bring the bodies here, maybe we don't need to buy the masks.
Lovely.
Oh.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's what I'm really
Yeah.
thinking from the sign.
Maybe.
Just a little
What,
satanic
a natural
ritual.
born artist. Oh!
Okay.
Oh.
Is that working?
Go on, put the last bit in.
Fill it out. You need to fill it out.
Put the mask in.
Come on!
Bro,
Whoever's gonna come
Yeah,
back is
where's
gonna
the
be
mask?
missing like a hand or something.
Oh, there it is.
The ritual is
Come
not
on.
complete.
You.
Who did he bring back?
Who's the lucky
Let's
one?
see.
Who's the
Let's
lucky
see.
who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Yay!
Yay! I'm
Yay!
back.
I won the lottery!
So without the rest of the bodies, that's all I can do right now in
How
terms
much-
of
how
getting
much
people
cash
back.
do you have?
No.
You have no
You are
cash.
all of my money.
Oh, I will use it wisely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is so funny.
But they also don't have a lot of
So-
crystal left.
Did we
promising
just start
I'm
over?
Chalk drawing skills.
I think that might be the best thing.
Yeah. That's
Probably the best thing, yeah.
Many years ago. So.
Now we know that traps are actually lethal.
So it's really
Who'd have thought?
important to try and get bodies back. This is why lights
I
are really
can't
important.
chat because I'm dead.
Because
Yeah, but how
otherwise
do you get it back?
I think we should start over.
I don't know. I know a little bit, but I don't know enough.
They're going to run out of crystal energy in a second anyway, because the storm merchant had one to buy. So I think it's maybe GG then.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. What is that?
What?
Is that a brain?
No, I just did a circle, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, they're out of
terrible
crystal
circle.
now.
They're about.
Oh,
Yeah, they ran out.
we're gonna choose.
We're doomed.
Oh. Now what?
Yeah, so I think this is fucked.
I say we run off into the woods in our hands.
I think yeah, probably, and maybe needs a lobby restart.
Let's go this way.
I'm gonna.
Huzzah!
Oh, I can hear myself. Amazing. Sean. I can hear myself. Amazing. We're gonna run off into the sunset. Listen, Petrock.
Well,
We're missing Erica.
that happens.
Oh man, dead chat is really fun.
Oh my god,
gosh,
okay.
right, okay, I fixed it. It resets my microphone to a different sound channel every time I load into this game.
Amazing.
Oh no, I'm
nice.
nameless.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Okay, let's
been on-
try
That's
that
why you heard yourself
again.
twice. My bad.
Yes.
Whew. Alright, let's do this. We can do this. We can survive, surely.
We got it.
We do need to.
Oop.
Till the
What do we
trumpets
need?
down.
What is
Time
it
we
we
don't
need?
die.
Here it comes it barrel.
Okay, we got everything?
Well, well, here you are.
Sure do.
I got the instructions.
Alright, when we're all on and ready to go, I'll put it in. Everyone ready?
Hold
All aboard?
on. How'd you place this thing in here?
I don't know.
Someone placed it nicely. Was it just really, just gentle?
Why can we close the gates? I don't like that.
Oh.
Protect us.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but why?
Well, it
For
says
what?
it follows. The
Spoilers.
sign says it follows you, so.
What?
Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it, and it's fine.
So, I'm pretty sure like
Don't worry about it.
environmental collision does damage. Because every time I run into something, like there's blood on my screen.
Alright, we ready
Stop
for our
running
first
into
location?
You lunatic.
Oh,
What?
I was taking damage standing still.
Get ready, get set.
Oh, witchy Stella.
Alright, let's try and
We've got the
live
lights.
this
Turn it off.
time.
We need people to stay together. Isn't the entrance this way?
I think the entrance is this way. Oh, wait, no. Is it up here?
Round here. No.
No? Up here?
No? Up top?
Oh, there.
How are you so
Don't run
fast?
off with the lights. We can't see shit.
Yeah, I found the entrance. It's a trap door.
Okay.
I'm going in!
Oh. How do we get out?
Lovely.
Can we get out of this? Okay, well, good. That's a great start.
Good
Look
question.
that.
We're gonna have to go to the very end now.
Who just ran off with the lights?
Oh, is this the way?
So
We're
whoever-
not trapped. We're not trapped, look.
Oh, this is just the way out. This is the way
Whoever
out.
has- Whoever has torches,
Okay, yes.
make sure to light them on the wall because it replenishes your torch.
Okay, I'm ready. Everyone, let's do this.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh my god. I thought you were a bad man.
Yo.
We're together, yay!
Oh,
This is
lots
extravagant, isn't it?
of. Anything in here? Oh, that's a
Turkish
spike
rubs.
trap on the floor immediately. Don't run into it. Ah!
Where?
Don't
Where?
on
Wait,
the
Where?
floor.
Where?
On,
Where?
Right
check
next
the
to you.
floors.
Right in front of
Right
us.
fucking next to
Oh.
you. Please, for the love of
I
God,
was
look at
running the other
floor.
way.
You gotta watch the floors.
I was.
This is why we need lights. Lights are important.
Okay.
Can't say anything.
What the fuck?
Didn't like that. Didn't like
That
that.
just opened on its own.
Oh god.
What?
What?
Running with like a lamp is so weird.
Is this game also a little scary like Lethal Company? A little bit, yeah. I'm a little bit behind
We've not even
y'all.
run into anything yet.
Well, we might.
That's
there's something above you.
bees.
Ow.
Sorry. Oh. Hold on. I gotta go back. I need fire!
Hello.
Hi, we lost them. Hold on. At least we're together.
his own.
Oh no. Does that mean he's dead?
He
Hey,
went in a
where are
big
you?
bedroom, And I was scared.
Hold on, we're on our way. What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Wait, he took out our
Hello?
light.
Oh, hello.
There's a torch in the wall. There's a torch in the wall. There's a torch in the wall.
Alien!
Oh, thank God.
I think it's called a monster.
Okay. Oh, poor Sean. He's probably dead by now.
You think?
He's all in his own.
What was that
trouble
thing? It
is
came
we-
out of like here.
Oh, everyone.
Sticking with
If
you. I don't have
so,
light
if you can
anymore.
get bodies back, you
strength
can
in
revive
numbers.
them for free
Okay, sick.
at the thing. But without a body, you have to buy a mask, and they're 30, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, we were watching you. We were taking bets on who was gonna get resurrected.
Roll the dice.
This way.
Yeah, make sure
It's a
to,
dead
to
end, the other
share
way.
duties on lighting torches.
not-
Yeah.
It replenishes.
You were so confident as well.
So if there's two together, make sure you light one each so that you get a replenish.
We're back somewhere.
They can just.
Oh, we're back at the entrance.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait,
Do
shall
you
I-
want to just go
Yeah.
upstairs?
Floor again.
Where?
I'm gonna go save Sean.
Alright, let's do this. It looks like
Oh,
you
God,
crawl
that's-
across the ground.
Oh, that was awful. I was just through the floor.
I'm thinking about that alien that I saw.
He loves it.
Maybe he's
What a
also
happy
thinking
little
about
alien.
you.
We're also missing Kerm, by the way. I don't know if you've realized that.
He's fine. Don't worry about him.
Hopefully he's with Sean.
It is natural.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
We're
Best
gonna
case scenario.
Oh, dead end.
fire.
Lovely.
Why
I
did I
love
get
a
a-
dead end.
We need
What did we get a
to.
prompt?
We need a torch.
Yeah, soon.
Oh, door. Open door.
Oh, oh, oh.
Hey! Checkpoint.
Well, this is new.
Some
Yeah,
spices.
pick up a vault. No.
What's that? Just
Did your torch
candles?
run out?
Why did my torch just go out instantly? Ooh, a pot.
Ooh!
Never mind.
Yay!
Oh! Just came out of the fucking darkness. Jesus
Do you
Christ.
see what I mean? It looks like a little alien!
Wait, he
Bees on the ceiling. Bees on the ceiling.
He was
He's
booking
just
it.
a little guy.
Y'all.
Guy. Don't worry about it. He's just a guy.
What?
That's Plank.
He's just a little guy.
Oh, and there's spikes underneath.
Okay.
Oh, what could go
Yeah,
wrong?
that's death if you fall.
Oh,
Alright.
nice.
Alright, cool.
I played Don Meg. I know how to deal with that.
I watched Indiana Jones.
There's a door here. Not this
Okay.
again.
Sorry. God
Give me
damn it.
flashbacks. This is
Dead
a
end. I wonder what that little alien does.
Apparently blow out your
He's
torch.
just a
This is
little
also a
guy.
dead end.
Cool. Well, this is great.
Can we
Love this.
go back to the wagon, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't have any loot though. Well, I've got one thing.
Oh, well, I've got one thing.
Did we go this way?
I've got a thing.
Oh, wait, look! It's not a dead end.
I think this is the way back.
Yeah. This is just another way
Yeah,
back.
yeah, it loops. It just loops. It just loops.
I will need to get to the wagon though.
Well,
Hello.
Who's the dog? Get out.
Oh my god!
Hello.
Oh, you guys are alive.
Why are you weird floaty
Why are
flying
you
thing?
hovering?
We thought you were dead for sure.
You guys are hovering right now.
He's doing a hover.
Did you guys see the little
Yeah,
alien?
why are you guys doing?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
he's
friendly.
been running
We
around.
pet him on the head.
You can pet him on the head?
I told you he's just a little guy. He's fine.
So
Little
you've
guy.
been running.
There's nothing
Don't,
else.
don't worry about him.
We haven't. We've
Yeah, we've been
figured
down
out.
there.
Yeah, this is where we were originally.
We haven't been this way.
I need to get to the
no,
entrance
we-
because I need to get to the wagon.
Yeah, we need to get back.
Fairly urgent.
Let's go to the wagon if we
Oh,
know
well,
the way.
the exit's like
Oh,
literally
you
this way.
just
We
went
can go all the
that.
way through then.
Oh, I'm out of lamp oil.
Hold on. Yeah, we're going.
There's a barrel.
Yeah,
in
this is the way back.
to refill your lamp oil.
Yeah, I know.
Why
Careful.
are you floating, by the way?
Be careful of the
Remember,
spike trap.
Watch
there's
the
the
trap,
pressure
trap.
plate.
Oh,
Spike trap's already. It's already.
It's-
Oh,
Why
somebody
is it-
activated it. Jesus Christ.
It was the baby.
Why is he floating?
Ah, we all lived.
We lived.
it was the baby.
This is not a bad haul
We
for our
all
first
lived.
thing. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, our first one. Yes, definitely first one.
Yeah, first try, baby.
Every
Victor
time,
Leroy,
first
yeah,
try.
Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Get down.
And if anybody died, we also had a little summoning circle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you get those everywhere. You just need to get the body back is all. Otherwise, they're
How
Oh my
dead.
gosh,
friendly
I'm
is
so
the game.
proud of all of us.
That's why
Ooh,
we need
just
to make
another
sure
thing as
that
well.
we stay together in some way.
The engine still ticks over when we leave it, so we need to take the crystal out.
Oh.
So when we came back a little bit earlier, I noticed that quite a lot was used, so I took it out then and just chucked it on the floor.
Oh, smart.
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
Hello?
Crystal in socket. Let's do it.
That lamp re-oiling sound.
Yeah, it's a great sound.
It's a good noise.
We're on our
Definitely
way.
not sus at all.
Oh my god, the sound.
Just
Going on our merry way.
Oh wait! I didn't realize you already did.
You can refill your lamp if you don't have a lamp. Fantastic.
Oh man, it is hard to draw.
Oh
a
no!
when the wagon is
Oh
going.
god, I'm running away.
Oh, it's the merchant.
That's the merchant.
It's the merchant.
We need a fuel rod.
Remember to
Because
let
it's
it go,
spent.
go forward a bit before
Yeah.
you stop the van. Just
That's what I'm thinking.
Alright,
Yeah,
I gotta
okay.
get some stuff.
I'm gonna take the crystal out. Yeah.
Crystal's mostly dunzo. I'm so very proud of us. Look at us.
Welcome to my shop.
You touch, you buy.
Yeah, we need to buy a crystal.
That's 80.
You know, that's a fair sales
And then some
policy.
torches, some like proper torches.
Is it a cumulative, or does like one person have to sell everything?
I think it's a shared account.
Crystal compass.
Okay.
Why would you ever buy?
Oh,
60.
60.
We need 80.
hold on. I'm selling that one. Is there anything else for people to sell?
No.
Very well.
70. No.
It can give us a max loan of
How
30
about-
though, so we
how
can take a
about-
loan. Look,
We can get into debt.
Now, how
Yeah.
about we don't buy crystal? We get some torches so that everyone has one. And we just push the cart to the next location.
Yeah, that could
we
work.
could do that.
Oh yeah,
We could just push it.
Yeah.
I still have my
So
torch.
are the torches infinite?
I
Are
don't
the
know.
torches infinite? Because the lamp runs out so quickly.
Yeah, that's why
Uh,
I'm suggesting that.
you have
everyone
Yeah, I
we
think
to keep
torches are
lighting
the
them.
torches are the way to go.
Yeah, but the lamp is like it's like
The lamp runs out so
30
quick.
seconds.
Okay.
So we
Well,
have-
And it's
What,
3 times as
torches?
much.
2 torches?
We
I
get
have a
3
torch.
torches for one.
Oh, I need a torch then.
I have
okay,
a
get
torch.
you a torch then. If you
Everyone
need a
who has
torch, get
torch,
one.
Step back.
Everybody's got a torch.
Okay,
Oh,
let's do
Let me
this.
see. Oh, I'm buying more for dark actually.
We're gonna be pushing the cart. We decided torches were better.
Okay.
Alright, everyone on! We probably got a little bit of juice left.
We're juicing.
We're juicing.
Like, lands on you. Is that it? Oh.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Just a little bit of juice. Bye, merchant!
We're running on fumes.
I wonder how far
Bye,
we're gonna get
merchant.
before
Love
it
you,
runs
merchant.
out. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that was it.
Well, that was it.
What about if I try and sell the empty crystal?
I mean, it's a little late. We're at 30.
Save it for the next stop, maybe.
I guess.
Yeah, I'd say save it.
Hopefully nothing bad shows up.
Why would you say that?
There must be some downside to us pushing, otherwise why would we ever buy the crystal?
There's
So
a
that we don't
church
have to
on the right-hand
push?
side.
Well, we're gonna get up there.
Oh,
Keep her going. Keep her going.
Be on lookout.
This is why I said not to drop stuff when the cart's going.
Okay.
This is land.
Okay. Are we close enough?
Cart.
Are we close enough?
It got dark. It got very dark.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's a
Dark.
dude
Close.
behind you guys. Oh wait, no, that's you.
I'm over here. I'm back here.
Okay, I got you a torch.
I did already have one, but for some reason it's down.
Did you? Wait, did we start with four torches?
I picked one up.
So,
Alright, let's do this.
From the wall now. Like, right there.
What if we touch torches?
Can I light my torch off yours?
I don't know, let's see. Hold on.
Like
Okay.
like you
can
do
we,
with
can we-
cigarettes? Oh. No?
No.
Dog's being a station wagon nerd.
Okay.
practice safe torches.
Practice safe torches.
Ooh. A base.
A door just opened on its own. That's... Let's stick together.
Yeah.
I like sticking together. Sticking together is good. Sticking together feels right.
Pressure plate?
Watch
Wait,
out, trap
can
on the floor.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that is a loud sound.
What in the fuck?
I want to try
I
something.
threw the torch on it.
Yeah, I want to. I want to. Okay, you know what? On the way back, I want to try running into the spikes. See what happens. Like when they're activated.
No, I feel like okay.
What?
Do it here. Let me just.
Oh my god.
Well, I want to know if it kills you when they're
Can I move this-
activated.
You know, I think they do.
I think taking these...
There's bees up above.
Bees.
Oh, what the fuck? Bugs! Oh shit! Ah!
There's
Torch,
bees
torch,
up above,
torch,
and you
use a
run in there.
torch.
Oh wait, that's
Oh no!
What the fuck is that? There is a dude behind us.
Oh! Can I?
Hello.
Hello? It's a
Oh
weeping
god,
angel.
is there
Gotta
gonna be a
weeping angel.
coil head?
This is a coil head.
Oh.
Let's pick up the sword. Oh. Okay, I'll just stay here and look at him for the at a time. You guys go on.
Well, how do we get past him?
No, 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 no!
What do you mean,
no?
no?
There's a thing!
What do you mean there's a thing?
Oh god. Oh, that's horrible.
Can you look away from it for a Can you look away from it? I'm looking at it, but I'm gonna turn around for like a split second. Just look away from it.
It's not working.
It didn't move! It's not moving. Oh, really? Only one stuff alive?
Wait, where's oh Sean, how did you just die?
I just went into a trap that I couldn't see.
Okay. Where's
I was
Garg?
trying to take a body back, but I went the wrong way.
Oh no!
Garg's camping the wagon.
Garg is on the wagon?
Yeah. You have to go AFK.
Wow. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm not looking at you,
hideous.
please move. Ah.
Oh no! She's trapped!
Oh, is it too big?
No,
Is it too big to
I
like
wonder-
pathfind into the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if he would set off the trap and die to the trap if we had triggered
Oh,
it.
maybe.
Oh, can you hit it with a
Look at
torch?
that
Is it there?
tongue.
Oh no.
That tongue is growing.
That dude's tongue game. Oh. Okay.
It was the only thing I could think of.
Now we have Garg Kim.
Oh no, we're gonna have to restart again. With so many of us dead. Shit. Okay. Okay. This is fine. We need to wait till Garg gets
So
back.
how's everybody's day going?
It's going great. Thank you for asking.
Seen any good movies lately?
Oh, you know. Godzilla -1 was pretty good.
That was great.
I heard he fires lasers.
Yeah,
Or,
that
I mean,
dude
Mr.
fires
Realbanger.
lasers.
No, well, I'd seen that film like 2 weeks before that, so I didn't need to see it again.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh dear. Oh no. He's probably run off to go grab food or something. I want to like watch like a
Oh, I
creature
really
just
want-
turn up.
I was just gonna say, I want someone to show up and eat him.
Slowly creep from the fog into the back of
Yes.
the
Yeah.
wagon.
Oh my god, imagine. Oh.
Just like two
Garg,
lines in
Garg.
the distance.
No.
I
can't hear
think
us.
It might show up when it's night, and it's almost night.
It's about to be.
We've traveled 6.
The blood
6
moon.
distance has been traveled.
Oh my god, yeah, it is about to be night.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Well,
don't
my
know.
clock's different to yours.
Is it?
I don't think.
Mine's in the middle of the star.
Oh,
Very
what the
soon.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Mine is different as well, huh?
It just became night for me.
Okay.
Mine is on the middle.
Oh, Gart's back!
Yay. Let's see how
No, we're
long
live.
until he figures
Oh,
it out.
But it is like blood raining?
Hmm.
We're just really deep
That's
into
like
the
red.
into the dungeon. We're getting all the loot.
Imagine.
We'll come back any moment
Did
now.
you think about if people were dead and I needed to AFK?
No, let's not let him know.
Should we just wait a minute and just see what happens?
He doesn't know that we're all dead.
He doesn't know that we're all dead.
Oh man, dead cam is like the best part of this game.
I just imagine that he doesn't know me, like the guy in the corner, but instead of one guy,
Exactly,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
5 ghosts in the corner.
Ghost, is anyone alive? Do we tell him?
No one respond, because then it'll look like we're actually in game still.
Yeah, let me just answer to that on the radio.
Or I might,
Radios?
I might just respond, yeah, come on in.
Medieval radios.
Oh yeah.
Did he send a message?
I sent him one back.
Let's see if we can get him to go in.
Okay.
We're having and heading back. Wait, you're not in the dungeon?
Yes,
Wait,
come
here we go,
on.
here we go. Yes, come on.
Join us.
Join us.
Please.
Warmer.
Come on, please.
Warmer.
Come on, come on. Get him in, get him in. Sorry, I legit need to know.
He's coming in, he'll find
He's
it.
coming in, yeah. Where am
We do a bit of trolling.
Deception 100.
Yeah. Yeah, come on in.
Watch that tongue beast be like right inside or something.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be the best?
It's right there!
Oh,
it's right
the
there!
dude! The dude!
What?
Yes!
Oh no!
Oh, that's a different one, isn't it?
Oh, that's a different
That's a
guy.
different
That's a
one.
different guy.
No, don't
He's
leave.
taller.
Oh.
Dark and handsome.
What was that?
Oh, he's gonna.
Why did you leave? No, Nutty's gonna know!
No, he can't know. What did you tell him that you're spectating him?
You gave it away! What have you done?
See, I'm 3D
You
chess.
told him you're.
It's 3D
You
chess.
told him you're
Well.
spectating.
Yeah,
It's okay,
but
it's okay,
he
just
doesn't
go
know that
on.
you guys are.
Oh, I've got no
Well.
torch.
Oh my god!
Oh, what? You just booked it.
Let me get torch.
Okay, get you a torch.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
now the fuck you mean?
He's gone.
I must have gone in one of these
He's
side
holding-
doors instead of going
Where
out
they
with the
want.
body.
Yes, he's going the way we went.
Please,
He's going
yeah,
the right
it
way.
is.
He's going the right way.
Yeah, that's the
Fucking hell,
activated
this
trap.
is so loud!
Yeah,
Why is
that's
it so
the first
loud?
trap room.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
yep,
Here we
there's
go.
all our corpses. Oh, he's still there. He's just
He's
chilling.
still there!
He doesn't give a fuck.
Go on.
What the fuck?
Go on. Go on. Go on.
Do it! Do it!
Do it. Do it.
Wonderful, apparently.
Do it! Do it! Run
Oh,
into it, please!
Come on.
No!
No.
No! He's running
No.
away!
Oh.
No balls.
Tell him to run into it so we can reset.
Oh no. No.
No, he's running
Yeah, I went
away! He's
left.
running
Killed
out!
everyone.
I missed the correct door. Oh.
Hello?
Oh, we're just out of audio range. I can't hear you.
I heard you. Yeah,
You don't see the
just
bodies on the floor.
tell. Just
Yeah,
say
There'll be two bodies in that other room.
We're stuck in that room. Can you
Hello?
please push the guy away?
Oh, dude, this is gaslighting on another level.
Please.
Just run into him, please. He's not gonna run
Why
into
isn't the
These
guy
people
turning
look.
around? Yes,
What?
yes.
What?
What? What?
Well, he's stuck at least. He can't get out.
Oh my god, what an absolute massacre.
Well, there's
He's
only
not even following him.
How?
Huh?
Missed.
loot either.
What?
Garg is the chosen one.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
He's actually alive.
The prophecy has been foretold.
So
He's an Al Ghabib.
If I'm the only one
Yeah.
alive, can we just...
Hey, you missed that cup.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not picking up any loot either.
I was just like, where is he? What's happening? I didn't realise that was it. Damn. Whoa.
We're sorry for gaslighting you, Garg.
I knew what was going on. I was waiting to die. I was just like, what killed everyone? Where is it? I didn't realise
That
that
thing.
was the thing.
It got
Jeez.
stuck.
It was blocking the door.
It
we
got
couldn't get-
stuck. Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it got
Yeah, there was
stuck,
like
so
a
we couldn't
trunk
leave,
piece that
and
was
then,
like blocking one door.
We were
Well,
stuck
I mean,
in that
obviously,
little room
it
because of the
turns you
other
into
stuff.
ash. But what does it do? Does it like run around?
It
What's
was
the
more
vibe?
than just that.
Oh, we
There
don't
was another
know.
Creature.
It got stuck.
Oh God.
It just
it
catches
was
you and
sort of
sets
like
you
the
on
entire
fire.
time.
Yeah, it was sort of like a weeping angel where it moves if you don't look at it.
The problem is that even when we weren't looking at it, it wasn't moving. It just stopped right there in the entrance.
Like
I
where
know,
you
Joe.
died, where it was there.
There was also another
yeah.
creature with a massive tongue in the same room, so we were well and truly like
Yeah.
fucked.
We were sandwiched.
Yeah, no, it was
We were-
huge, and it was like
I mean,
stuck
with
on
all
some
the
terrain.
spikes as well. Jesus.
Basically, we walked into Buttfuck Alley.
Okay.
With no protection.
During Pride Month?
Especially
The
during
nerve.
Pride Month.
Is everyone
Guard,
here?
we were laughing so hard.
I
Genuinely.
think so much
Just
people
walking
that are
around.
showing up.
We were so.
I
we
gathered. Don't worry.
we genuinely felt bad
You-
about like
you-
gaslighting you, but at the same time we were like, we just need him to go in and die.
It's okay. I got my
was
comeuppance. The
trying.
game got a fatal error and crashed.
You were trying.
I was trying. I saw him, but
When you went into that room where it was stuck, you get past
Yeah.
it. We were all sitting there like, how? Because we tried getting past it.
We like
Like, guard is the
We
chosen
tried getting
one.
past it. We all died.
the thing is, genuinely, I knew something was going on. There was something around, so I was like, I want to see what everyone's waiting for me to see, and it just never came. I was like, I don't want to kill myself on the spikes because that'd be boring. So
What was
I
that
just-
thing when you first went in? When you first walked in,
I've
there
no
was something
idea.
that ran away
Yeah.
from you.
That was awful. I don't know what that was.
Booked
I thought that was
He was
the
like-
thing that was got you guys. To be honest.
No.
No.
Kaga,
was
thank
something
you for the
different.
prime.
He was there, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I'm late for my meeting." Fucking booked it out of there.
No,
To get
I
him
was
a tongue
literally
guy.
My quarterly review. I'm gonna be late.
just as I saw him, I was gonna run into him, see what happened. And my fucking torch went out. I was like, well, there's no point if I can't see. So I went back out to get the torch. Never saw him again. He's gone.
Oh fuck. Okay. Shall we
believe
go
it.
in again?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is so janky. It's so good.
Oh my god. I'm laughing so hard, like I'm coughing.
To the trumpets, Daryl.
Oh, you geezer. Cue the trumpets.
Is everyone here?
1, 2, 6.
Yes.
Oh, sad.
Alright, are we ready?
Here, wait. I'll make him. I'll make him.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Send
Should
them.
should we maybe save the
He's
crystal?
angry.
We could push here because
Oh,
it's
should we
safe.
push?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I hear
it's
what
nice
you're
and-
thinking.
Yeah.
I hear what you're putting on.
That's some
Let's push.
pro gamer.
Push, peasants, push!
There
His lordship demands travel.
Need to bang on a drum.
we go.
Not a nail in medieval times. My gosh.
Okay, that could lead to like infection and gout.
Lord, my feet are getting tired.
Approaching
You're so right.
Don't complain, peasants. Keep pushing.
Sorry, my lord.
This is like the third time you bring up gout.
Oh, it's fun back in the day. I'm trying to roleplay and you're ruining my version.
How you doing, Nightjar, by the way? Welcome to Medieval Lethal Company. Stefnos, hey!
Was very common.
Keep pushing!
Not until a bit later, I think.
Don't feel like gout. It's not like later in life. You have to be like novelty to live
Novelty.
Occasionally gets gout in his toe. Yeah.
Keep
Oh,
going.
I know too.
Old people.
Are you also like?
People didn't live.
Push a little bit.
We can go a little bit more.
Little bit more.
Am I like far away from you guys as well?
You are. Erica's.
Oh.
peasants.
Okay,
Glory
halt!
count is off the charts.
Halt!
Toss these peasants a coin. It's their wage for the year.
Wait.
We said halt!
Yes,
Wait,
halt.
Who's pushing?
How
Yeah,
do I
I'm
stop?
beat you
How do I
with
stop? Oh, there we go.
How do I stop? Just
I mean, you take your hands off the vehicle. We're a roleplay.
It's just pure inertia. I couldn't stop.
Alright. Also,
Okay,
be
we need
careful
to
about
stay
going
together.
into the door together.
What?
Just sort of thinking people get stuck in the entryway by everyone like going
Woo!
in at once.
There's a pot!
I got
What?
pot and a cross.
Oh my
I love pot.
gosh.
It doesn't make me cross. Oh my god, there's no.
That's a
Alright, fess up.
No.
Come
Ah!
clean. Who drew a penis
I would try to pick it
Jackson
up.
on the front face?
Right, that's a different shot. I'll get the
That
body.
was a murder! No?
Stop walking
I'm
into
gonna
it!
collect
Okay.
the bodies. Wait, I
Can't
can't
pick
collect
'em
the
up, though.
bodies.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
Well, that's,
Hold on, hold
that's
on, hold on.
Rip.
you know what they say? No, you're just gonna die.
Maybe the left was good. I think when they jumped, it scuffed them to the right after.
I tried to do
Hold
that
on,
same thing
there
last
you go.
time, Mousie, and I just ate shit and died. For science!
Oh!
Can you? What happens if you duck? Do you duck under it? I can't see. There we go.
It's a blade. Look, literally, like halfway
Yeah,
high.
that's why I'm wondering if you duck it because I mean, it probably doesn't go. You just cut your neck off, I guess.
I've got like 4 things, so let's just see if I can like duck to the left. Oh my god. Ugh. No, it pushes you. Ugh. What about this way then?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, there it is. That's what we do.
Oh, I can pick them up.
Oh, you can?
Oh no, I can pick up their stuff.
Please move. Please move. Oh my god.
Well, I have a full inventory. So I may as well go back.
Well, hold on. Stay with us, at least.
I mean, we need enough money to get them back with a mask. Each. How many died there? 2, 3?
3. There's 6 of us total, so...
That's
Oh jeez, 90 already. Well, I've got 4 things.
Ooh, look!
Oh nice. She loves
Well,
candles.
I've got an open inventory, so if you can see anything, let me know.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Oh, my
Spike traps in
God.
places. Want to chuck it on so that we don't...
A bee nest at the top there.
There's a looty room here, maybe?
Ooh, nice.
A very ominous looking object at the back.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's just a statue.
I can't see.
Oh, look, a crystal! A crystal! We found a
Beautiful.
crystal! Oh my gosh, that's
grab
so
that.
lucky.
Little boy, little guy, don't be scared.
Leave me alone. Oh! He stole my crystal!
The crystal!
He stole the
You
crystal!
little shit!
Oh
You
my
can
god.
take it. You can take it from his hands.
Yeah, he's gonna like that. He doesn't like that.
Cope!
He
See!
doesn't have to.
You the fuck! Get back here!
Right.
Just
Can
run
we
it!
Run away before he steals it again.
Come on, get in, lock in! Go, go, go!
Ow! Why am I taking damage? Help! Ow! Ow!
Go, 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 go! Come on, go, run, just run!
I can't! I need help! I need torch! I need these things burned!
Come on, come on, come on.
I can't see shit. Where am I? Help!
Do you have the thing still?
No, I don't.
The crystal?
No, I don't have the crystal. Well, you ran off, and then I was being attacked, and I got like 1 health left.
Come back here.
Oh my god. Bees, bees!
Those were what were killing me! I was shouting!
Come on.
He's running, chase him. Chase that little fucker.
Okay, now we go.
Oh.
There's nothing else here. It's over.
Okay, we need to...
Shut the door. He's took it again. He's gonna get you. Oh my god.
Oh, it wasn't even in my inventory!
It puts it on your belt. And you can see it.
Come here! Help!
Sprint! Sprint!
Help, help, help,
Get out
help,
of
help.
it. Oh. He's coming!
Still
He's
behind us,
coming!
baby.
He's coming!
No, fucker! He's so
Oh my god.
Go, 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 go,
Run, 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 run!
go, 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 go!
Down.
Run, run, run! Get out, get out, get out!
Okay! Got it!
Oh my god!
Right. What a little dickhead! Little ET. Do you know what? I'm gonna watch ET now and have the bad guys win.
Okay. Well, shall we, shall I push?
Yeah. Oh, what? Well.
Alright. You can burn the hive thingy in the ceiling.
That's what I was asking for the help for, and you guys fucked off with all the burning things.
I
Listen,
don't know why the bees didn't actually activate. What happened last time?
I ran under them multiple times. They never went on me.
Yeah.
There you go, George.
So that's a new lesson. If people are sliced in half, you can't revive them.
Well,
We can't Frankenstein the
if
bodies.
you die,
Noted.
find a way that you can be retrieved.
It would be really funny though if they were sliced in half and whoever we put on their head was like the camera angle, but it was somebody else's keyboard inputs.
Like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
The top half guard for the camera and the bottom half camera with the keyboard.
Merchant ahead. Nobody wants to be my top half, mate.
Okay. Brilliant. We made it to the merchant. That's something.
Right, please revive these freelooters.
Alright. Are we closer?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're reasonably close. We'll find.
anything else need to sell?
There's a
think
cross and
Grab
that's
a cross.
Definitely keep the crystals.
Yeah.
Oh, 6. Thank you.
Hello, my lord. I've got some presents.
Welcome to my shop.
So,
I'll start drawing. We do a little satanic ritual.
oh, there we go.
Whoa! Okay.
Okay, you pick one, I'll pick another.
Grab this one first. Who's it gonna be? Place it.
Bam!
That's one.
There's 2.
If we get back.
Much
Herm?
rejoicing. What's up?
Hello?
And Ari.
And
Patch got the
Ari.
ship dead.
Yeah, hey.
No!
I think it's in
No,
order
not
of death.
applicable?
Okay.
We could buy another mask and go in debt.
Wait, do we have torches? Do we have enough torches?
Oh yeah, we can, because we can go into depth.
We can go into debt?
Now
Yeah.
we can't because you bought a mask.
Yes, but this way, we have petrol back.
We don't have any money for torches in future as well.
That's okay, we'll just...
No, but like in the
We'll worry about
in
that
the
next time.
dungeon, did you guys pick up the torches?
Tried to.
Wait.
Oh.
Why'd you bring me back?
Because now we're with 6
What
the fuck is that?
Oh my god!
I want to stay dead. Put me back. I don't want this.
Welcome to the
I don't want this.
No.
Oh, that thing. Hello.
Get on!
Moving?
Get on,
Oh,
get
it's
on,
moving
get
away.
on!
It's moving away. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
For now.
Is it
Oh, I thought we saw
Down and tight.
everyone on?
We just wanted to ask about.
Forward!
Oh,
Oh, we crystalline as well.
Get on, get on!
See you later. Bye, nerds.
Bye.
Right. Hop on real quick. Get on.
Do you guys have things we can help them with?
That thing was horrible!
It's gone, guys.
Also,
Converted.
so it's fine.
I don't know that's the word.
Yeah.
Shout out to the mods, aka Nightjar,
We're
thanks.
just gonna have like a handful of lamp oil and then just burn that.
Coat
That's
your
right.
hands.
Take a big drink. So
Long time.
we're on a right again.
Whitley's Crawlway, where's that?
You're all right. Oh, you're doing the S.
Oh my god, sick! I feel like
The
I'm in high
skater
school all
S.
over again.
Hell yeah. Now I just need someone to draw penises all over the statue of the picture of Cleopatra in the fucking social studies textbook.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
It's so real for that.
So real. Hello? Hello?
Tally ho!
Oh, my. Come running.
Okay, someone with a torch. Come on.
I need to take my
Come on,
meds real
torch
quick,
boy.
hold on.
Why are you floating again? What the fuck?
Jesus.
Floating.
What?
We need someone.
Okay, where's the spike trap? and
There's a trap.
immediately
There's a
in
trap
front
to
Yeah,
our
I need
left.
someone
Watch
with torches to
I'm
look
sticking
out.
next to
Look
whoever
at-
this is with the torch.
Spike traps can be disarmed permanently.
Okay.
Just throw something on it.
Okay, well,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
works.
There's another one in the middle
There's
here.
another
Another one in
here.
front of us.
Sick!
Not a good sound.
Lovely, love it.
That sound is horrible. What was that sound?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. How?
Oh,
Oh, another crystal!
Crystal!
Oh, we're getting really lucky with Chris.
Oh, surely
There's blood
nothing
on the
bad
wall.
happened with this wall.
Why is?
Why is there blood on the wall?
You know
I
what?
think
I'm
that when you
I'm
lift
gonna
that
back
crystal,
off.
the walls
Let's-
will close in.
Let's just.
Surely.
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh my
Okay, I need to go
god.
out with the look. Okay, I need someone to
Okay,
show me
but-
the door. Someone needs
Can
to
the
show me
piece
the
of
way
torches
out.
not be the
I'm
one
full
picking
of
stuff
loot.
up because then the torches go away?
I am full on loot. Where's the out? I need
This
someone
way.
to guide me. Thank you.
Straightforward.
Dude,
It's
that was
really
straight
straight
out.
out.
Raiders of the
Straight to
Lost
the
Ark.
spikes.
Oh,
What? Why? How?
Did someone die?
What was
No,
that?
no,
What happened?
no. It's one of
1, 2,
those
3,
dudes.
4.
That happened.
Wait.
Okay, so they just-
Wait. Who just
They're
Who
just
left?
coil
That was-
headers, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know.
Did 2 people leave or did 1 person leave? I think we lost a body. Did we lose a person?
Oh my god.
I don't know. Where's the lights?
As long as I keep on looking at it, I'm fine, even in darkness. But I do have
Relight
a
your
torch.
torch for looking at it.
There's something big behind it.
Oh, there is
Oh,
Tongue Boy!
that's a thief. Tongue boy.
Ah!
Tongue boy! Tongue boy!
He's running. I suggest you leave.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Where do we have
Well-
everyone?
3, 4.
There's only 4 of us.
I have no idea. We don't know if 2
Yeah,
people
that's
left
what
or
I'm.
1.
There's
Don't
only
know.
4 of us.
Until we get back, we don't know.
Well, put it this way, if they've been turned to stone, we can't do anything about it anyway.
Where is the fucking truck? Hello?
The
Oh, there
truck. Where did we park?
Fucking hell. You know what I mean? I'm a bad
Well,
boy.
we did get another power crystal, which is fantastic.
This is true.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Truck cab, hello?
Cart boy.
Yeah.
Cart boy.
Is there 2 of you?
Oh,
there
there-
is. Can you let
Yes,
us know if
we don't have to res.
Oh,
Because we were trying to see if there was another one and we nearly died. We knew
Okay.
we knew one was
Look
going
on the
back,
road.
but we
What
didn't know 2 were
happened
going
back
back.
Because the big dude came.
That's
Yeah,
a giant.
the big guy.
I think. That's footsteps.
Yeah, those are footsteps.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, he's coming back, I can see him.
Yeah,
That's fine.
he does.
Can you?
Yeah, I can
He's
see him.
passive.
Yeah, he's in the
Ooh,
mist.
you can see
He's in
him?
the mist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the way
so
back.
go look hard in the mist, you can see him.
I don't see him.
Yeah, I think it can.
No,
It's like
just
Why don't you
See
go
it
out
now
there
on
and take a
him.
closer look?
There's a really vague shade in the.
Can you open the door?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, why are you outside? What's
The
that?
merchant again.
Merchant again.
Did we get anything that we could sell?
We stuff we can sell.
We did.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have 4 things.
get some torches.
Okay.
Drive by.
Yeah, run in, sell, get torches, come back.
Drive-by
Go, go,
merchant.
go, 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 go.
Go! We're not stopping.
We're not stopping.
No,
What do
no,
you
no,
mean?
no, 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 no.
I'm gonna try selling this empty crystal.
He's coming though.
I'm ready with another crystal. Hurry up. He's on his way. Oh no.
Oh, no, he is. Yeah, he's going up a little late.
No, he's turning around. He's turning around.
Oh yeah, you can see him from further back here. Oh, that's cheating.
He turned around.
If you're at the front of the carriage, you can't see
For
him at
now.
all.
This is slightly terrifying. He might have turned back.
He looks normal to me.
He's got knees.
He hasn't changed to me, but. I don't think he's looking away. I think he's just not
I
looking
think he's just
at us.
chilling.
Not moving.
He is looking away because his head's bobbing the other direction.
I think
Yeah.
he just has a certain amount of time before he'll start moving.
But also, we're about to enter the blood moon.
What? What do you mean?
Ah.
It's about to be blood time on the clock.
Where are they?
Very, very soon. They're buying 4 torches.
Hurry up! Run, 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 run,
Go!
run, 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 run.
Get in here.
Get in! Get in, Nudge! Just fucking get in, please!
Alright, who wants a torch? We got one
Everyone?
extra torch.
Is everyone in?
I'd like a torch.
There's 5 of us.
Where's the 6th?
There's 6 of us. Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello.
How did you do that?
Oh my god.
Hello.
Ah! Ah!
Right there.
No, no, thank you.
Fuck off, big man. You're so big, you don't scare me.
What in the hell?
Yeah, you
so
where's the
veiny.
explosive, big man?
Oh, look at it.
We've made it 10 distance.
This guy doesn't
New record.
close up.
Is he pushing for us? It's so kind.
No,
Oh, no, there he goes.
no.
What a nice big veiny boy.
Oh, we're on our way to a gate.
I think he's just around at blood moon time. So anytime it's blood moon is bad.
Oh, that may be it.
Okay, that was certainly something.
Trap myself.
Oh, look, there's a gate.
I wonder if
Hey guys,
you
I think
pay a
it's
certain
a
amount
gate.
to get through the gate.
Well, I hope not.
And, well, we're in debt.
Oh, we have to take a detour. We have to take a...
Or is it going to slam into the gate?
Plug it.
Ow!
Oh, it is.
Okay, take
Yep.
the crystal out.
Like,
No, I think what happens. Hold on, we'll open it up. Stay on the cart. I think we've got to open it.
Oh god, thank god we're not in the blood moon thing again, or still.
Yeah, imagine.
stop moving, guys. Fucking floor.
Get me in! Get me in!
What the fuck?
Open it!
Why are you shutting
that's
it?
Help me! Please!
Stop blocking the door!
Get in! Get in!
Why is it not going? There we go.
Why are you there?
Oh my god!
Let me in.
That was really foolish.
What happens if we stop it? Will he push it for us?
You will die.
Nah, he's moving away.
Wait,
He's
hold
gone.
on, stop now. We can close the gate. No?
No,
It's
he's
too
turning
late.
around,
It's
turning
too
around.
He can't. No, absolutely not. Don't.
It's too late.
Oh, this is our last crystal?
I think he's evil.
You can go
Well, you
outside
can
if
take
you
this
want.
one.
Drop the torch first.
Uh-oh. Well, we have to get out to the tomb.
He's on top! He's on top of us! He's on top of us!
Is he?
He was!
Yeah!
Yep.
Oh, hello. Hi, sir. No, sir.
Live your lives.
Alright. Tomb.
What do we do?
Where is he? I don't.
He's
I
on
don't know where
top!
he is.
He's on top! Look, come here.
Maybe
Come here and look up.
maybe he's stuck there.
I've got a real weird glitch though. Holy shit.
If you come here to the opening and look up.
You guys see his like hit stretch?
He's just there! He's just on... Why is he just...
I think he's a hitchhiker. He just wanted a ride.
Oh my god.
Is he just stuck?
Torch in there.
Oh my god. It's so dumb.
Oh, this game is so jank.
I... No saves. Nothing.
Wait.
Ooh, a base. A spike trap, watch out.
You can chuck your base on that.
Wow, this base is made out of cement.
Oh.
Oh, the bugs!
There's
I've
bugs.
come in and I hear yelling at me. Why are you floating? Stop floating!
I need light.
I'll guide you. I'll be your guiding light.
We should have 5 torches, so nearly everyone should have torch.
I left mine in the.
Yeah, so I don't think the giant is evil. It doesn't do anything.
Look at that.
Oh.
Well, maybe we just have a friend now.
What is that? Try finger.
Butthole?
Butthole. Likely head.
Well, here's the butthole.
Could this be a dog?
There's green down the bottom of there.
Ooh, can you light this little pagoda thing?
I tried.
No, that's a shame.
What's the green?
That sound is so.
I hate the sound of that thing. It's awful.
It sounds like when I open
It's
the kitchen in the morning.
Oh, there's mushrooms.
Nuclear
Yeah.
Can I
mushroom.
eat them?
Yeah, sure.
I
think that's it.
Nom.
That's it.
What's the table
Yeah,
for?
unless there are more doors somewhere else.
Maybe we find something to put on that pedestal.
Oh, that would be
Unless there was
smart.
something on the pedestal to begin with. No. Okay.
I love the way the audio glitches so badly sometimes.
Yo. Tripping over my own feet.
Tripping over your feet.
Oh!
No! Help me!
Oh
Oh, tongue boy?
That's
Tongue boy.
No, we
There's a
leave.
vase here.
My
We leave
body!
the place.
Oh, we can go through this door.
boy. There's a tongue,
Tongue
boy.
boy.
I'm gonna.
Tongue
Well, meanwhile, this homie's just out having a journey.
Right there.
I think we should go in.
Well, I'm going back.
Yep, same. I think we went down this way. Oh, tongue boy.
I got a
Oh, there.
Oh,
Hello.
There
So
are
you got the
some
body.
things that were dropped on this.
tongue boy.
I got a body.
Sorry?
They're items.
There are things dropped.
I tried to get someone. Well,
What is that thing?
No!
What?
Why
What is
Just looping around the spikes.
yeah, no, it is.
There's
How do you even deal with something like that, man?
The power
Yeah,
of
I
friendship.
totally died to like
Everyone died.
an epic monster, you know? I went down
Why
fighting.
did you take again? It's just a shell. Oh no, he's not.
Okay, well this is
Oh no, he's not.
gonna go great.
He doesn't do anything.
He
Oh,
does.
Habibi! Habibi!
Doesn't he?
He's fixed. He's very fixed.
On my screen, he's still
Oh.
fucked.
Country nerd.
He's stuck.
On my screen,
This is
his
going
like
great.
model is all stretched and weird.
Yeah, it is stretched, but
okay.
he's if he's coming towards him,
Oh,
that's
it's
how
dark.
it should be working.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Can't wait for this.
This should be great.
He doesn't see the
Hello?
like. Doesn't see it. I think.
Nope.
Use the torch.
I got torch! Very cool.
Go back in, please.
God.
Pick up the bodies.
He can get us. He's got it.
Pick up the bodies.
Coward. Fuck you,
the
I'm
hell?
alive, and you're dead.
Fuck you, I'm alive.
Wow.
Fuck you, I'm alive and you're dead. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God, he went to go take a shit in the woods.
We went into depth for this guy.
Oh fuck, he just finished wiping. Oh! Oh. Crystal.
Yeah, put an empty one in. That'll work.
Yeah,
Put an empty one in. Good job.
We are leaving.
He's leaving us! Why is he leaving us? We went into depth for him!
I don't know what he thinks he's going to be able to do now, but...
This is great.
We're literally by the entrance as
And
well.
it's empty!
Oh my god, my face actually hurts.
This is what happens when you infest your brain with League.
Oh wait, I should save the juice. First, right? Am I close? Yeah.
Don't,
Did he
don't
just-
do League.
No!
Oh, wow.
He's left it in as well, so it's still draining.
He couldn't have done anything worse. Everything he's done has been a failure. Oh my god. Oh, never change, Para. Never change.
Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh!
Bro, no balls. Just keep pushing.
No, please.
Oh god.
What's after him?
Oh! Oh!
It's a merchant.
No, I don't want to open it. Why can't I grab
wait.
the base? Okay, grab
Did he just...
crystal either. Uh-oh.
What is he doing?
He's got straight past.
Oh my
I can't.
god.
Ooh, can I jump to the front? Nope. Woo! Oh.
Oh my god. This is brilliant. This is great. This is amazing.
Welcome.
What up, bitch? Here's some vases. I'd like to sell. Oh. Okay, that's enough for one person. Who's the lucky lad?
Oh.
Oh, I need the chuck! I got the chuck! Fuck.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not my
just throw
face,
it nowhere
whatever
near
it
the
is.
circle. Good. Oh my god.
Chuck,
Go on, you can do it.
Like this.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Who's the last one to die? Because good luck.
Probably me.
When you,
I
when you
think
get
Mouse can be
respawned.
brought back.
No,
Oh, fuck.
he doesn't know.
Oh!
Fine, it's harmless.
Yeah, I get stuck on the thing.
You
well,
need the thing.
Oh, look at this pro chalking. Chalk speed run.
Damn, he's coloured in every colouring book. Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
And the pentagram straight up choking it.
My god, always in the lines.
I'm not an
Oh,
arts and crafts guy.
Well, welcome back, Mousie.
Me?
Pretty sure.
good luck.
yeah.
Oh, who are you? Who approaches? Oh, hey, what up?
Nate, you could have. We had all of our bodies at the entrance. You could have grabbed us.
I saw the bodies, my screen started shaking, I shit my pants, and I left.
Okay, you know, honestly, fair and valid. I did love that you were pushing the cart while the crystal was in.
energy.
Okay.
Get going.
This is going well. So, you managed to get this far. I'm proud of you.
Yep, takes a real coward to survive this long.
We've got to somehow earn enough between the two of us to get them back. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I don't outlook uncertain. Good later.
It's a later problem. Off for Doctor Who. See you, Nightjar. Now it's just us, alone with our thoughts.
Just the two of us. We
Can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. You know, I think that guy at the beginning really could have warned us about the
Giant hobo.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's coming, by the
Is
way.
he coming back? Oh.
We should maybe.
We gotta maximize.
He sure is coming. We should get in. We should stop and get in.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Why did it not work?
He's just stopped.
Stop. Where's the township? Okay. We can at least go in the township and get some loot.
Okay. I have my torch.
Torch. Let's book it. Oh wait, it's like all outside? Because there's a trap out here.
I don't know. Maybe, I guess?
Suppose that would make sense for a town to be out.
Oh no, there's a church. Oh, there's a crystal!
Ooh. Surely we won't face God's wrath on taking these treasured items.
I'm sure it's fine. That's a hell of a find. Should we look around? Oh, that's a trap.
There's something over here.
Be careful of traps. Oh yeah, there's something on the floor here. Hold on. Wine glass. Careful of the traps on the ground. They kind of blend in. What is this? Ooh. Petrock? Where are you? Sick. I found a building. I'm inside of a building.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
There's like stairs and stuff.
Hi, building. I'm full on stuff.
I think there might be stuff up here. Wait, maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back to the thing and drop off some stuff. Oh, maybe not. Is it?
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, it's just decoration. That's lame.
Alright, I'm going back to the bed.
I only have one. What do we do? 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 Wait, can we go out the windows?
We.
Well.
Why is it just me?
Well.
Oh my god.
30
I'm pretty
bucks.
sure.
I'm
pretty sure they're like dogs.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they're attracted to sound.
Maybe. Because, well, they definitely can't see, can they?
Oh, so they're dogs.
I'm pretty sure they're dogs. Yeah.
Oh,
Eyeless
mommy!
dogs.
Oh, I was looking at my phone. You
My
dead
mommy.
again?
God. This
You could
guy,
have
I
revived
swear.
I live in
anyone.
this world without my friends. Oh, do I push the cart? Is this dude gonna fucking chase after me? Fuck it.
You've
push
got a
it to the
crystal. Okay, well, job.
biscuit. Can I push?
The big
My
guy's
hands are full.
harmless.
Eh, eh.
Why is it Patrick left alive again?
Uh,
Oh, yeah, he's just gonna leave Mousie. Oh,
No, I'm dead. Hi.
of course, this. Yeah, but your
Later,
body's still
Tower Ship.
obtainable.
It was nice
Yeah.
knowing you.
It was nice knowing you, he says. Amazing. This is going great.
So on a more
Hey,
real
Abby.
note, just let me know in Discord if you want me to run up to the one and die, so everyone can come back.
No, this is great.
I will gladly oblige. Oh! Oh! Oh no!
Dude, it's fine. Just keep pushing.
Oh no.
He's the scariest guy I've ever seen in my life.
One on the floor still.
Oh, brother.
Oh, this one has a little bit of juice.
This is going so well.
Yep. Yeah, it's going great.
It's so funny. to
No
me.
problems. 10 out of 10.
Oh, merchant time. Beer, 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 beer.
Just imagine how much more they could add to this game as well.
Yeah.
The lucky
It's
winner
like a,
gets-
Especially-
it's like first-person Darkest Dungeon, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Stop the car.
He doesn't
does he have
know.
any shit on there? I don't think so. Oh, perfect timing.
This time pick anyone else. Come on.
He's got to get out of
He's
debt,
gonna have enough.
or at least get somewhat out
Oh,
of
boy.
debt.
More arts and crafts, my favorite.
Who draws a star like that?
This is the most
I am
abstract stuff
not
I've
okay.
ever seen. Oh my god.
Does he know?
I think is it going to be Mousie again, or is it going to go round to Sean?
I think it probably depends on which mask you buy,
I think
doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you just
I
pick
know,
a mask off the wall.
I've seen they've tested that.
Probably not gonna sell it anyway.
Oh, okay.
But there are full
Meanwhile.
masks.
Oh, you can't go in debt on this one. There's no sign for it.
Alright, who's the lucky winner?
Oh, it's infinite debt.
I've never prayed
I
so
choose you.
hard to not be alive ever. I just, please
Go,
don't be me.
go,
I
go,
don't
go.
want
It's
to be
Erica.
alive.
Oh,
Hello.
It's Erica!
Oh, hello.
This is so much fun.
Welcome back.
I am enjoying this so much.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yep. Go for your smoke break. Regulated smoke break.
I'm having so much fun.
I don't know
with
why
this.
he's so stretched.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this chalk back down. And I shall join.
What an absolute diamond in the rough this is.
So, how's the
Yeah.
This is amazing.
When they unscuff it a bit, it's going to be something special, I think. It has potential.
So good.
I like that you can like push, but also look all the way back.
Yeah, very helpful when you're looking at whether or not you're about to get your ass handed.
Happy Pride!
It's the only way to celebrate Pride.
Get your ass eaten by a monster.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I did not have the option to get Mouse's body that time.
Oh, Gark thinks the Tongue Monks
Oh, okay.
We think not that she can hear us, but
Valuable
we think...
info. Just put your name in front of it as well. Garg thinks that it's this.
I think just not confirmed.
I mean, she did say Garg things.
Is there like any torch or anything left?
Catacombs. Oh no, it's a big one.
Or do you have
Huh?
Do you have the only torch?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Alright.
One torch between everyone. Then again, we got 2 lives between everyone, so I don't know what I'm complaining for. Can't wait to see what monstrosity eats him immediately.
He didn't even wait for her.
Nope. Oh, what do you want to do that for?
There we go.
Hello? Eric?
Just run straight in.
Straight in. Okay.
Oh, how'd you
Where
go
are
past
you?
it? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
Why is my screen flashing red?
What do you mean?
Did yours also do that?
Yeah.
What is it? What am I seeing? There's nothing.
There's nothing there.
I don't see anything. Why are people crying?
Ambient sounds so scary.
Apparently their screen went red.
Why?
What? Was he crying?
What are they seeing?
Is he okay?
Why did it do that?
What is happening?
I don't know.
Like
I think he's actually losing it. I think he's genuinely losing it.
Both of their screens apparently went red.
Oh, really? Oh, weird.
That's what they're saying. They're trying to figure
I
out.
didn't, I didn't see. Oh, God. Well.
I think it might have been wrong. They are not eyeless dogs.
Well, he, at no point was quiet. At no point was
Maybe
silence
stand
attempted.
still though. Maybe that's it. What is that?
Oh man. Okay, I'm just happy to be dead. Way too much pressure to be the only one alive.
Okay.
Yeah, look, it's tracking.
It's tracking slowly. Okay, well. It's only running when people were like yelling and running away.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to deal with that thing. Oh, I think that's for crashed again.
Pet truck crash, yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, Petrol.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Absolutely fucking wheezing.
That was the most fun I've had being dead in a game ever.
It's genuinely.
Why do I keep getting these fatal errors?
When you went to
Do I have like malware?
You need to verify your files, mate.
Verify
The old
files
classic.
in this
Verify
game.
your files.
Genuinely, the fact that we said it's like the dogs, and then you got screaming into a corner.
It's hard, okay? The terror takes hold of you. Yeah, keep backseat driving, okay? Yeah, I didn't see you survive that whole round.
We have good news, Patrick. It's not like the dogs. It went for me. I was completely silent.
I mean,
yeah,
it didn't
see?
sprint though.
Vindication.
It wasn't sprinting.
No, but it was licking. It went for me. I tried going around and it just followed me.
We thought it was tracking you, but
Maybe
there's definitely some
we need
mechanic
to
going on
offer head.
Sorry?
I think he's a lovable sword. He's a lovable sword.
Whatever you want to do.
Happy
go for it,
Pride?
pal. Yeah, I was
Likely
gonna
dog. Offer head. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Okay, breathe in, everyone. We're gonna hit the button. This is the one.
Maybe the plus in LGBTQIA plus means monster fucker.
Oh, you're so right. This whole time, I never knew. That's what
makes
it's
so much sense.
How could I have missed it? It was obvious.
Yeah, it was so obvious. It was right in front of me.
Okay. Here we go.
LGBTQIAM.
LGBT.
To the trumpets, Daryl!
Oh, we get trumpets.
I'm going to send you to Jesus.
Let's do this.
Push presents.
We're missing someone. Run!
Stop pushing. Have some self-respect.
Have some self-respect.
Self-respect? We're all peasants here. We don't have respect.
Oh, fuck. I do enjoy the fact that it's just as fun while dead. Like...
Deadshot is great. You can shit talk people. Awesome.
We're almost to the first location.
Oh yeah, it's like doing surgery on it.
Oh my god!
Force again.
I didn't think that happened last time.
I gone did it. I did the S. Nice.
And I died
Super
in a man
dick.
riding a bicycle.
Alright, stop.
It's a man riding a bicycle. What are you
Stop.
talking about, dude?
Alright,
Oh, right, yeah. I see that.
peasants!
Sorry, my bad.
Let us venture forth! For greatness!
For greatness!
Scotland!
I saw what? Whoever went in the sideways.
We're going to it.
What's floating again?
Jesus fuck.
So much.
I lost my lamp. Do you see where my lamp is?
It's in your hand.
It is
Is it
there.
gone?
No, it's there. I
No,
can
that's
see
like
it.
a loot. Is it in?
No,
in
it's
the thing?
like it's in there. I can see it, but I can't grab it.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like
even see it anymore.
it's glitched in.
Oh,
Glitched
well.
in. Also, good
All
news. You
lamps
can
are
walk
useless
into them.
things.
You don't die.
Really?
That's something.
I guess that means that we need to use torches to deactivate them. Not
Yeah.
The statues
one
really make me uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way they're just sort of there.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the
Oh,
sound.
We can light that on fire.
There's a beehive.
We can
Oh,
light it on
yeah,
fire.
yeah,
Hit it,
so
you can whack
use
it.
torch.
Whack it.
Yeah.
And there's
torch.
pressure plate.
Flash.
Throw your torch.
Yeah, I'm on it. Sorry for the coughing.
Beehive.
Yeah, where?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Let me relight.
Right there.
Okay. Oh, the torch glitched in as well. My torch.
Oh no!
Oh.
No. Oh, you got it. You
Got
got
it,
it.
got it out,
Oh,
got it
oh,
out.
rescue!
Oh. Okay, where are we wanting to go? Where did
Well, maybe we should go.
Where did Erica go?
Erica went this way. Oh, that's baby.
No! No, 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 no! No! You're not taking this fucking crystal!
Okay, just stay behind her. And when it grabs from her,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
fuck him up. He's gonna
Yeah,
catch
we fucking
up,
Jump him.
but we're gonna jump him. Don't worry.
Alright, well then.
Now, wait. Didn't go back.
Got it. Okay, someone stay behind me. Where's the exit? Where's the exit?
Not this way.
Here, isn't
The
it?
fucking creep is.
Baby. No.
I've got it.
This way.
This way.
Okay, get that sucker
Ow.
outside. Whew. Okay.
Are we all going out? Everyone's left. Everyone's left.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's left. I think everyone just decided to leave.
Do we have everyone?
I think so.
I mean, a crystal's a pretty good haul.
I mean, everyone just left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we found a couple of bits on our side. We're doing all right.
Nicely done. Do we have everyone?
Look at all these crosses in there.
Woo! Girls' night.
Hey.
This guy's a slightly flat bridge.
Wow.
It was raining.
That's not very girls' night of you. You're a peasant too.
Yes, but we're a peasant inside the car.
Wow.
Stop pushing.
It's all about perspective.
The disrespect towards the girls.
Punch down.
What is this pitch man? Does anybody remember what the
Loaded
pitch is?
guns and
I
those
think you release
with
it,
shovels.
you finish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that what he says?
This means that it's very nice. We
Ooh.
don't bring that back to body.
I mean, they'll enjoy that though. Living is hard.
That's what she said.
No.
Any finishers?
We're almost there.
Bring back some torches.
My stuff.
My screen is shaking so violently.
I know. Okay.
Stop here.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, we did good.
So what about if we pre-buy a mask?
I was thinking about that as well, but
Oi, oi,
I don't think that should be something we aim for.
oi.
Because we've got enough money now, we could pre-buy a mask.
Yeah, I guess we
if
could
you
do
want.
I think we
should
save
buy a
it.
mask and put it in the van. We can put it
Yeah.
in the van.
Or we pick up the bodies of dead people.
Yeah, and don't
Also
pussy
that,
out
but
like
if
a
they're-
pussy.
Yeah, but no, what about if they're irretrievable because they're cut in half? You know what I mean?
Wait, then we have to go to a merchant anyway.
Get cut in half.
Don't get cut in half, and then either collect bodies or die. That's all the rules.
Righto, okay, I'm fine with dying. Let's do this.
Wait, you don't have to hold W to push.
Oh. This whole time.
I said him. Most of them
Damn.
doing it.
I'm just watching behind
Where's
us.
our gentle giant?
Yeah, I
where's
know.
our gentle giant?
I'm just watching behind.
Oh,
You
now
know
I
what,
want to watch
Kerm?
the Big Friendly Giant. Oh,
So
put
you
it in.
like the wind.
Put it in the movie.
Why is it so dark? It's so dark.
This is one of those like volcanic winters that they had like all the time in the Middle Ages.
I'm gonna say it's morning as well, so it should be like lightening up.
I'm watching out for things, and then you just push me out like that?
Yeah, that's true. You don't deserve
We're
that
about to
treatment.
Ooh.
Fiddler's Hallway. No, I don't like that. I don't want to enter a fiddler cave. Thank you. Not a fan. No fiddling.
Okay, let's stop.
Alright, let's go. Let's go die.
Halt! Petrock! Petrock, halt!
Stop pushing, sir.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was tapped out.
Charge!
Okay. This time we live! For pride!
All of us live! Otherwise we go backwards to the market.
For
Somehow.
Narnia. Bring us. Oh. Bring us.
Glory. Okay.
Now, if I was Indiana Jones,
Ooh.
what would I do?
I don't like the noise of that.
Huh.
Yeah, no, that one won't.
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah.
You come this way?
Where did we all go?
I
I'll go
don't
with
know.
you. You and me, Kerm.
Somewhere else, yeah.
The Kerm and Mousie duo.
Always. The old classic.
The old classic.
Just us
The old
holding A side.
while they're all at B.
And yeah.
Nicely done.
Something of an expert at disarming traps at this point.
Classic.
All
Let me light this
defensive
up. Okay.
Not a lot of loot.
No.
Gotta be said.
Apologies. It feels like we're going on a journey together, you know? Like we're gonna learn
many
something
ways we are.
profound. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nothing. I
Hopefully
really
a
feel
torch.
like- Oh, no. Yeah, we need to get refuel the torches soon, so let's run back.
Run, book it, book it.
I'm booking it.
At least we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that's the gang over there.
Dead end!
It's a dead end.
Dead end!
It's a dead end.
Okay. I think Garg is dead.
Oh, we found a dog.
Oh, well, did you retrieve his corpse?
No.
No, because there was a dog.
Okay,
It
so
was a narrow corridor.
Well, I don't know what that means.
The tongue.
I don't know how to read, and all the pre.
Boy, you know when your wife like eats you out, it's like that, bro. But on 4 legs.
Oh, he's there, he's there, he's there.
Oh, that's the dog. Hey.
Shh. Garg's not dead. Homies. Oh no.
Hello?
Shh. What do we do?
Is this the door?
This is the door.
Is this the door?
It just moved. It's
Do
moving.
we just fuck off?
Are the others still in?
No
They
idea.
have to be,
I'm
right?
pretty sure people are dead.
One
But
person
I
is
don't
dead.
know where.
One person's definitely dead.
I don't
it
know
was the
where or
dog.
how.
Mm.
So I crouched immediately as the dog turned up, and it fucking ignored me.
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Okay.
Burning Man.
Yep. Get
Okay.
up. Get up.
Well, we're up to 5.
1, 2. That's
So who are we
5.
missing?
Well, Sean was here as well, yeah.
Where's Sean? Okay. It's
no,
Petra.
Dog's coming. Dog's coming. Dog's coming.
Shh.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
Where's Petrock?
It's too late.
We should
Leave. Just
We
leave.
should leave.
Petrock is Petrock's problem now.
Yeah, honestly. Goodbye.
Oh, that's so
Petra.
sad.
We lost somebody, and there was no body on the ground. So
Oh no.
Yeah, we had like a full search and rescue. This is just straight up gone.
yeah, because we went to the far end, and there was nobody anywhere.
Who
There was
was
also
I
no
with?
loot down there
The
either.
dog
which
turned
was
up.
really bad.
Yeah.
Who was I? Who was I with when the dog turned up?
It wasn't when the dog turned
were
up, but
with-
I came in
Dead for a
after.
while.
Because whoever I was with, there was like 4 of us, and then I just crouched, and it went for everyone else.
Oh right, okay. So
Oh,
we thought that you had
you
died,
were like
and we went back
presumed
for your
dead
body.
because they were, yeah, they all came back.
No, I just crouched, and that was your problem now.
Okay, so Petrock's
Oh, well.
definitely gone. then.
Honestly. Ah, shame.
Yeah, no
In
need
the
to check.
arms of
Push.
an angel.
Hey, Bard, play Despacito.
And push.
I'll always remember him. Imagine if he's still in there and he comes out and the wagon's just gone.
And imagine he's got all the loot.
He would understand.
Yeah,
I think-
he would want us to go on.
Yeah, of course.
Having that knowledge
You
of
wouldn't even
who's
just
still
play it.
alive or not really does help. Without it, it's
He
really
appreciates
rough.
a little break.
It just adds a level of complexity.
Here's the thing, even if he does somehow manage to get out, he's gotta go through the dog and the Burning Man. We have enough to resurrect him.
Yeah, let's do it.
But do we want to?
Yes.
What you wanted though.
Listen, if we have to suffer with life, so does he.
I mean, I was sort of more thinking that we could buy 3 torches for
Yeah,
the
I
price
thought
of
you
one
very
petrol.
But his suffering is more.
Suffering. Choose suffering. Let's get him back.
So we must revive him so he can choose
Yeah,
himself.
So we can all just point, laugh, and say skill issue.
Was someone already doing the chalk?
I think Dog had it at one point.
Okay, stop.
No, I'm still doing it. They've got
Who's pushing?
We're here.
God damn, my throat is just really problematic today.
I've had so much of that the past week, it's unreal.
It's post-nasal drip.
Someone buy the mask?
I'm on it.
Welcome to my
Alright, here we go.
Well, Petrock, I think, had all the bases then.
because he picks everything up and then dies and pushes out from reviving anyone. So
You mean to tell me that the 4 of you couldn't find a single piece of shit in that whole room?
Oh,
Well, we're looking
talk about a
for
skill
you.
issue.
Where did you even die?
Yeah, where
I
were
died
you?
to the dog. So, Sean, when we went back to that main room, I thought I went to the exit. I accidentally went to another hallway, and the dog stayed out right over me. And I walked through and
You silly sausage.
Mine was the sausage, that's for sure.
Alright, on we go.
We're going to Castle. Castle Gate.
Okay, this is going swimmingly. Going for a jog?
Should we get 2 people to run forward, open the gate, and then we can close it behind?
I shall open the gate.
I think that's a good shout. Ba 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 ba.
Backwards.
Hmm?
You keep looking back.
Yeah, you know, just in case. The blood
I
moon
don't
is
believe in the
rising.
giant. I've never seen him.
Excuse me?
I think the giant is a myth perpetuated by the landowners. Served on the land.
It's the embodiment of the landowners. It's a metaphor. Rise up. Destroy capitalism.
Oh, this is like pre-capitalism. This is serfdom.
Serfdom, you're right.
Feudalism. If anything, the next step from feudalism is capitalism.
True.
Kind of sucks, but it's like incremental. Oi there.
Do 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 do.
Is there just how long are we searching? I feel like there was something like
I think the next thing is the gate.
right.
That's why they ran ahead.
Yeah, the gate's open.
They did it.
Oh, I think I see the gate.
Yeah. It's closed now.
Gate's closed. It's opening them.
You guys got pranked.
We've been so pranked.
Yeah, we closed the gate.
My day is ruined.
I can't believe you pranked us so hard.
The
Hey,
giant
Hanar.
doesn't exist. The giant is literally fake.
Yeah, where is he? Wagon walking.
Hey,
He's not coming through, is what he is.
sick.
Oh yeah.
Smart. I can't wait to see him go through it.
Yeah, I can't
He's
wait
gonna
for
climb
him to
over,
just
it's up, innit?
next to it.
There's like a big hole right next to it.
Yeah. Do you think he's
No.
smart enough for that?
Can't see that.
Well, I mean, he's not partial to eating, so... we'll see.
I'll keep an eye on it. See what happens.
He just wants to share his mix track with us.
Oh
I
my
think he's a
gosh.
bit like wisdom teeth. If you just ignore him, they'll go away.
Was that what happened with yours, Kern?
Well, I ignored them and now they're gone.
But your demons?
We've not seen him the entire time, have we?
Maybe he's on
I'm
vacation.
not- I'm not going to over that.
Middle tone.
Finally. Some good fucking dungeon.
Some good fucking dungeon. Let's go. We're gonna have a great
Saved my
time.
brother.
Yep, we're about.
Perfect. Alright, now's the time.
Professional.
This is our time. This is the year of the surf.
Year of the surf.
Surf's up
Surf down?
with all those penguins. I think Nicole Kidman. No, Nicole Kidman's not in. That's Happy Feet. Surf's up.
Wombo combo! Right, where are we going first?
Left.
Oh!
I missed.
So did I.
Jesus, that's loud.
Yep.
Who's over here?
Kerm.
Hello.
Is there anything?
I need some fire. I picked up a thing, but there were bees, so I ran.
Honestly, it feels like a game you need to stay together.
Yeah.
I need to get torched up.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
Apes
'Cause you're never
together
gonna know
strong.
if whoever's left is still alive or not.
What's that?
Okay, year of the surf, Cowabunga, exactly.
What is
Do
that
love
sound?
dreams. Don't have that noise.
Not sure I like that. Oh,
Oh, there's a nest. Bees.
there's
on the
something
ceiling.
else.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tall guy, tall guy.
Is he? Who is he?
Oh!
What?
I mean, he
Um,
ran
Oh,
away
that's-
from us last time.
That's the fella I saw.
That's the
when you
that's
were
the guy.
pranking me.
Yeah, that Garg that ran away from Garg. Oh fuck.
Oh my god.
Well, you kicked the shit out of him.
I want his
He
loot.
turned
though.
into bits. Just shut the door.
Did we really
can't
just
fucking
leave them to dead?
I picked up a vase. So, you know.
I don't know if there's any way of recovering.
Surely he doesn't know how to operate doors.
Where's
Back
Erica?
from a little bit later. To pick up his
Dead.
torch.
She's dead.
She's been dead for basically as long as I've been dead.
Wait, what?
She didn't make it out
Was
with
her
y'all in
body-
the first room. You know when you guys were staring at that weeping angel, and y'all left at the same time? Yeah,
Aw.
she couldn't get through the door in time. Oh, bees just fell. Lots of bees.
We're fine.
Okay. I was about to say, like,
God damn it, goblin.
Goblet, goblet.
Is there another area? to this?
don't like that door just opened on its own.
Don't do that.
Is this just... Okay, here we go.
Maybe there's an alternate room to the mushroom. Nope. dead end.
Aww. Dead end.
Oh, is there an alternative room to nothing?
Yeah.
What a shame.
I hate those holes in the wall. Maybe that's where they spawn
Yeah.
stuff from. If you step too close
Try
to them. then
pickle.
they-
Oh,
then-
across.
Oh!
Cross. Yoink.
Fancy that.
Kind of blends in, doesn't
You
it?
just need to have faith.
Yeah, just a little face.
Brown on brown.
I'll use it to ward off.
Right when you put a crucifix down on Phasmo, you never see it again.
This way?
Keep my knight in shining armor shone.
Hi. Shall we...
Hello.
They went over there. What about this door?
Away. Go for it. Oh, look, lovely high ceilings.
Okay.
Door.
Door that way.
Dead end again.
Right.
Hold on a minute. This feels very much like a circle.
I don't know.
Maybe. We've taken 2 rights so far. If we
I know.
take another right, we'll be at the same place.
Okay.
Oh, watch for bees on the ceiling, maybe. Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
spike.
There's loads of them.
Hold on. I missed.
Oh,
Wow,
nearly
we missed.
missed. Oh, there we go.
Oh, bees on the ceiling. Above you. Garg, above you.
Nice.
There's another door.
Child.
Over the door. Just that one.
Child.
If child is here, that
He
means
just opened the door and he's right there like, hello, don't mind me.
Crystal,
I'm just a
Crystal
little
may be
guy.
nearby. Hold up. We
Oh,
got
what is that? Oh.
Floor paint.
Do you see those legs clipping through the wall?
yeah.
I think we should leave.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
I vote to leave.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yep.
Now, do we try and see if we can go back for the other items and stuff from our fallen comrade?
Sure.
Perhaps.
Are all of
See
us
if the
here?
man is there.
Yeah, we're together. Okay, good.
Operation Avenge Kerm.
We're still missing Erica as well.
Yeah, but her body isn't here.
We could have gone into debt if I had known.
Well, according to my communication with her before I was brought back to life, she was quite content to stay dead. She didn't want to come back to suffer.
Well, now I don't feel so
But-
guilty. Thank you.
But her opinion may have changed after an eternity.
Watching us have so much fun. So
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan here?
Okay, that's the thing. Where do we come from?
Probably die. This way?
We're trying to get Kerm's stuff.
Still very much there.
Fucking noise every
It's
time.
definitely still there.
Yeah. And there's a crystal right there as well. That's cool.
Well, we haven't used crystals yet. We've been pushing, so...
How far can I get before I really angry?
Okay, I do have 30 gold worth of loot, so I can res someone up.
Yeah.
To go into debt
But
to get
it makes me
Erica
wonder
back.
if I can pick up his torch.
You really
I
want
think
to
you
test
might
it?
decide, and then we'd lose 30 gold.
Have any of
We
you
just don't
not
wanna
got-
lose your
Can you pick
stuff.
up these?
I have got space for one thing.
I got it.
I chucked to. I think you
Okay,
told
you
us.
We have space for 2.
I need
Just
to
watching
get
this door
some
just in case
lights.
something happens while you guys do that.
Okay.
Just.
Okay. This is
We'll either
certainly
gain
gonna
a
be...
torch or lose another torch.
I'm ready to close the door. You guys need to make a speedy exit.
Yeah, there's no chance. He's standing right on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's what I figured.
Let's go.
Back to the ship.
Let's go.
Kerm, have fun.
Sorry,
have fun
Kerm.
sending
Mothership
my thighs in
Zeta.
heaven. I bet you they
Purpose
play
Kerm.
Jimmy Buffett in heaven.
I have no idea what you just said.
You don't know who Jimmy Buffett is?
I know of Jimmy. I don't know what playing is.
What? Play Jimmy Buffett, like play his songs.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go when the volcano blows. Jimmy Buffett, man, it's classic.
What are you talking about?
Jimmy Buffett.
You fucking egg.
It's not my fault you're not a man of culture and don't know who Jimmy Buffett is, okay?
I know who Jimmy Buffett is. I don't know what this thing you're talking about is.
These are his songs. He's a musician.
Sure.
Like,
Alright.
Isn't
The Jimmy Buffett.
who opened the restaurants? Or is that another
yeah,
fella?
Margaritaville. Have a cheeseburger.
Yeah, Margaritaville. Yeah, that's the one. I know of that.
Margaritaville. Oh, goodness.
Providing you some light heat as you push.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of
thanks.
you.
How benevolent of you.
Thank you.
I'm doing my part.
Alright. We must regain our comrades! You know, I really like that town that we came across. Oh, yes. I should drink water.
Why drink water when you
I'm
can
gonna
drink a
quietly
margarita?
AFK in the corner for a second. Come back.
Okay. Margarita.
Nibbling sponge cake.
Now you're gonna have that song stuck in my head.
Watching the sunset. All of the stories covered with oil. Strumming my 6 string on my porch.
Which side?
Smelling the shrimp and the boil.
Do we see which side the merchant's on? Benji, thank you so much for 43 months. Very much appreciate it.
Nice.
I've got the choke.
Oh, why is it so dark?
Yeah. Think we can maybe stop here?
Not dark?
Yeah.
We can go a little further.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, we need to grab stuff to sell.
I agree with
Oh, did we get everything? Oh, sick. Nice.
Is that all the things?
Oh, that's 2 masks we can do.
Yeah, we can get bones back.
Okay, I'll buy one.
Got it.
Ugh.
Who's the
And then we
lucky
can go in
winner?
debt to get the torches again.
First.
Hey!
So, did none of y'all realize I was dead?
I was looking for you. I just figured you were on the cart. And it wasn't until we went into the
No,
next
I've been
dungeon.
Remember when we were in that room with like the dog and the weeping angel? I never left because I couldn't find the exit button.
Yeah.
Shit.
So we did a
You
head
were
count
with
before
four
getting
since
out,
then.
but we didn't do a head count when we left.
Yeah, I was
no.
watching you guys leave, and I saw 4 people pop out right away, and I was like, oh, where's the 5th?
Dead to me now.
Go on. Get a couple of torches. Get one each.
Oh, yeah.
I already have a torch, so I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, debt.
Okay, I need a break from pushing the cart. Whew.
The American experience.
Oh, goodness.
Wow, this is the one so far.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Da 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 da.
Get one blister. That's move on already.
Hello.
Get one blister.
How am I here? Oh, I fell.
It's actually chicken pox.
How did I fall like that?
Can we just not use crystals at this point?
Sick.
It's incredibly efficient.
It's getting red. Is it nice?
It's in the red zone.
It is nice. It's not military.
Nah, it's still yeah.
These tall guys that look like a child are afraid of fire.
Can we open the door just in case?
What?
I don't think our giant
Really
friend
tall
is with us.
ones?
We still need
I think he overslept.
You think? Apparently, the tall guys that look like the child are afraid of fire.
Oh.
Yeah, so
The one that
Ooh, it's down.
yeah, so the one that killed me, one of the brothers like started crying before, and he didn't like pick up the stuff when it was like incapacitated.
We're out of town. Look.
That way you find the
What do
dog
the
outside
towns
last
do?
time?
Do we just like
That is where we
plunder
found
and
the dog.
pillage?
Yeah, there's traps on the ground. Watch out, there's traps. My torch went out. I can't see.
So did mine. Middle of town last time.
There
Yeah, here
was.
There's torches right off in the distance over here.
Always have a torch, swing it in front of you, and they run away.
Ooh, a base. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, it's a tavern!
Why do you keep calling it truck and
What would you like, madam?
I would like some mead.
Best I can do is water.
Water? Not even sanitized water? Ooh!
Go. What was that?
You alright? You got it?
I got a vase.
I don't think the townspeople appreciate that we're just stealing all their shit.
Where are they?
Good.
They're all on the.
Like,
all
bolted
If
down.
they didn't want us to
retreat.
steal, they would have been here to
Oh, there's a graveyard! And a church!
So they're all
This land.
Did we leave the church already?
they're all having that fuck SpongeBob.
The child is a thief. You have the crystal, they steal it from you. Yeah, we've learned that one. We came up with a system for that, luckily. I'm looking for stuff on the ground, just hanging about. Wow, look at this
Full
place.
of loot now. I have no more space for loot.
That's good.
Well,
I haven't even
Back to the
found loot yet.
I found
Really?
one
There's so
vase.
much.
There's a flaming dog somewhere, it looks like. Oh, look, look, look,
calling
look, in the distance.
Halloween.
What the hell?
You've got their Halloween
He's here.
decorations
Over here.
now.
What is that?
It's like it's just patrolling the outside or something.
Maybe it stops us from going outside of the map.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
four times the charm. Fuck's sake.
I think we should get back.
Carry 4 things.
Oh, I can.
Nope. I'm absolutely not. Where's the van? Help!
I got
This
space
way.
for 2.
Oh, right.
Where's who? I don't know who's talking.
Just go back the way you came.
I've been in like 6 circles since then. I don't
What is
fucking know.
this?
Oh, that's the sacrificial altar I found last time.
Oh, sick.
That is sacrificing for the lad.
No, right.
Hi.
Do we have everyone? I count.
No.
This
There's someone in
way.
the distance back there. I don't know who.
This way!
I don't know who's yelling that. Oh.
To the one that's not with us.
There's the fire thing speeding up.
I
and
feel
getting
like the
closer.
appearance
Alpha
of
version of this game
That's
is
probably
showing.
fine.
I mean,
Help!
It was maybe
Knock it
pretty
off.
sure for
Help.
boy.
Help!
Hey, jump.
shall we treat ourselves?
What the
Okay,
fuck?
Woody Harrelson.
Help!
Can I?
If they didn't want you to steal, they wouldn't have
Hold on, we all
invented
here?
Holy Girl of Backseat.
Hello?
It's, all, it's
I
fine.
can't get on. We can't get on.
Hold on, hold on.
No.
Oh, start pushing. Gark, if you're stuck, start pushing. No, everyone else stop pushing. Stop pushing. Gark, start pushing.
Oh.
My hands are full.
We don't mind the
should be able to.
backseating. We've gotten
What
this
the
far.
fuck, Gabe? Come on.
Oh, you need an empty hand to climb up.
No, that was not the issue.
Huh?
Stuck backwards. So, and I think the same went for me because I did actually empty my hand to try and climb. That didn't work.
Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. It was just coincidence that as soon as I threw something.
Shall we treat ourselves
yeah.
a bit?
And use a crystal?
Yeah. Why don't we treat ourselves a bit? To
We have
crystal.
three
We have
crystals.
Get in here.
Oh, Dobby's got a
Well,
crystal.
we gotta stay on the grind set.
We can treat ourselves.
Remember to take it out once we're at the location.
Somebody just tossed the days out the window.
Merchant! Oh, we gotta sell
Hope
this
not.
stuff and get more things.
Oh, somebody
Wait, did it
did.
go out?
Where is he?
Going back
Why, we used a crystal for this. That's so funny.
Are we're selling everything, right?
Yeah, just sell it all.
Whoa, you're a magician. You pulled that out of thin air.
Whoa. Oh, we're in a place now.
Yeah, I'm just pushing it forward a little bit. Okay. That'll do. Let's sell!
We're gonna be out of debt. Oh, I can't wait.
Merchant run, and we don't have to get anyone back?
Oh my gosh! How do I put stuff
First,
in?
we're the greatest gamers ever. Oh,
Just press it. Oh, take the money out. Whoa!
There is something
70.
called a
My
duck
God.
call here.
Oh, it's so tempting.
is that your duck hole or you just have
Do we
this?
just get it?
I think we can save for the compass.
How do you...
Oh, the compass is big though.
I feel like,
It's 200.
I feel like the duck
I think you have to
call
walk away
is
from it once you've put stuff in.
a joke item, so...
No, you have to click E on the merchants if you want to sell.
Oh, right. Okay.
How did you guys not know this already? Right, one more thing
Because
to
I've
sell.
never gotten to sell anything.
No. It's just last time when,
There's loot behind that
when I put stuff in,
building?
it automatically
Wait.
sold.
At the merchant? What?
What?
Hold on. There's loot? At that, behind that building? At that merchant? What building?
The cart's moving by itself. The cart's moving.
Why
I
is
don't
the
know what
cart
building I'm
moving?
referring to. Someone's pushing it. People are pushing it.
Stop pushing it, we're not done.
Dickhead! You dickhead!
What? I was just closing some distance.
Hold on. I wanna go look, I wanna go see.
Keep going around. There's a chest.
Let's see this. There's a chest.
Free loot? This is a very elaborate troll.
Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing anything.
That seems correct.
My vote is for the duck call.
I don't think it does anything.
Yeah, maybe if we buy the duck call, will we find it?
I think the
we should
reason
buy the
I think
duck call.
that it does nothing is exactly why we should get it.
I want the duck call. Wait,
On a quack.
to the right of the guy.
Are you talking about the items on the table? In the
No,
booth?
apparently there's some sort of... Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything.
I'm not seeing anything either. Anyway, about that duck call.
What do we want to... Should we?
don't know what it does. I want to find out.
Can do. There's nothing.
No, you know.
Yeah. Oh well. Did we get the duck call?
Nope. Not yet.
I haven't bought anything yet.
I got
Did
the
we get
duck
it?
call!
Oh my god.
Where's the duck?
Maybe it like chases away a specific monster.
Stop.
Let us
I would
in.
put more money on the fact that it probably.
Okay.
Do we have everyone back? That counts.
Oh, it's daytime.
Yeah. Wait.
Is everyone here? Head count.
Yeah. We got everyone.
Roll call.
Off we go!
Onwards!
Onwards! What's the game about?
we haven't
Think
reached
like
the town yet, have we?
lethal company. We just did. We did the town earlier.
Wait, you mean a gate?
Yeah, we did the gate.
Oh no, sorry, for the pigeon.
Oh.
Wait, could we have released the pigeon there?
Were we not meant to? Where's the pigeon meant to go?
No, that was a village. I don't know. It was like when you reach a town, release the pigeon or something.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to release a pigeon when you get to like the end or something. I don't know what it does.
Hmm.
I kind of feel like we
Oh.
should release the pigeon at some
Should
point.
I have brought the duck call?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab it. Got it. Medieval Lethal Company, yeah. I've got it. I'm
Maybe
here.
the duck call does something with the dog.
The sound is so scuffed. We'll go this way. Hi. The duck call apparently scares the giant. Whoa, hello.
Just sound like the right mix. Whatever the set off.
What in the shit?
What?
What the fuck? What is that sound?
I don't hear anything.
Y'all don't hear that?
I think that was a monster.
That's the burning guy.
What?
Is it active?
What?
I don't know.
I can hear traps.
Big guy. There's a big running guy.
Is it active sound? Because Mousie was like, don't!
Good job.
What? Oh, you're alive.
Run into each
Yeah,
other
that's
and
burning
both
guy.
die.
Ah!
Wait, are we good?
I'm still alive.
Turns out multiple people going
I'm here,
across
I'm
a very
with you.
tiny surface is.
I need light. I need help.
Great.
Oh my god!
None of them are recoverable. Everyone has turned into bits.
Oh my
I think
god!
Mousie's okay.
They're
Oh,
all
no.
just gizzards. Well, he died. Stupid dickhead.
Idiot.
Wait, what happened?
What a fool.
The creature
Right, where's
fell
the
down.
exit? Oh, hell, well,
So, whoa.
The
Now,
double.
On my screen,
one of us could go over there.
on
and
my
see
screen,
if I
he's
see-
Not with
just
a fucking
standing on the
flame
other
boy on.
side.
No, that's a different
Yeah, but
one.
the flame
There's
boy's right there.
the
You just
second
gotta look at
creature
him and
that
stare
fell
at
down.
him. Like, we just
Yeah,
need to
but he's on the
regroup.
bridge.
Yeah, but if we don't look at him, he'll come across it, won't he? Okay, he's close, but not close enough. I need to relight my torch.
There's just this Kerm.
Kerm off in the distance. Hello?
Yeah.
Is anybody here?
Wonder if he knows what happened.
No, there's no
Come
way.
across.
Eclipse, thank you so much for 52
There he is.
months.
Hey, a bit more.
Dang, what's
A
up?
bit more. Yeah, there we go.
So,
Right. So
who
them
was it?
people.
one of us
Kerm,
can
Who
keep
was
just
it
looking
that
at
like
him
crossed
keep
the
their
bridge
torch
when
going.
I
The
was
other
on
one
it?
I
was
will
me.
stay here. I will stay here and
There were
observe.
seven
It was
of
you?
us.
I crossed to the other side. Right as I crossed the other side, they said, "Oh God, he's running right at us," and so I turned
enough.
around and ran across, and you were halfway on it.
Yes, you pushed me off.
I pushed you. Well, we pushed each other off because I fell off too.
No, there's no each other, Patrick.
Gone?
He fell off the bridge.
Well,
You
yeah, I
pushed me
mean,
off.
Oh.
I didn't push myself
He
off.
fell in the hole.
You did by going
Hey,
over
No,
the bridge.
Newton's-
What have I done
Oh, that guy
already?
doesn't like fire.
It's one of
Doesn't
Newton's
like fire.
3 laws. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
It
Okay.
doesn't look fire.
There's a thing on the floor.
I
There's a thing
pushed
on the
you.
floor,
You
and
pushed
you-
me.
yeah.
Who else is in the
Now
pilgrimage?
I will accept
Alright.
I'm
the
being
majority of the blame.
being
but
gaslit.
Make sure not to
I'm
run
being
into the
victim
guy.
blamed.
We have Sean, we have Petrock, we have Erica, we have Garg Flaps, and we have Kerm. Few of them stream. Sean streams, Erica streams, Garg streams as well. I don't know if Petrock streams. I don't think Kerm.
here.
Do this, do it. I'm looking backwards with you
I'm
as well.
watching. I'm watching.
Right, we're
That
good.
was perfect timing, by the way. You said Garg is here, and then
That
Garg
Garg
said
really
hello.
I had to
Come
tab out to
Over to your
quickly
right, over
say
to
it.
your right.
Okay.
Oh, we
And then
heard.
we're down a long
yeah,
corridor,
it still
so
works.
it'll
Oh.
stay visible for a while.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
tab out,
Running
it
backwards,
silences
running
the
backwards,
sound.
Make sure I don't walk into spikes or anything either.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we were just
I'm
quiet.
looking,
No, I mean the rest wasn't quiet, I guess.
Keep on going backwards. You're gonna stop now because the spike's behind
We
you.
lost the duck call. Did they not get the duck call?
No, don't.
Yeah,
do
we
I'm
just
looking
need
at
to
him
pop
down the
I think
end
it
of the
may
corridor,
have fallen.
so we can
We
go.
just
No,
need to
no, it was
pop
right
the
there.
door
It was
and
by the
have
Go to the
bridge.
spikes. Oh, no.
Okay,
Aw.
It
one,
was?
two,
Yeah,
turn
it
around.
was like right on the floor there.
Oh, 1, 2. I had 1, 2 as I was already leaving. Bye.
I've got three loops on.
I always struggle to find the hold position. So I'm there for like
Do
3
we have
seconds,
any?
like going.
Do we have any?
Pixel.
Do we have any masks to revive people with? No
No.
one thought to buy masks, I'm assuming.
However, I do have
Okay.
2 items, so we can buy 2 masks.
I
like the
got three
chalkboard
loops.
I know it's
so
not
much.
enough, but you know.
The fucking skater ass
So that's another.
cock and balls
10
and
per,
poop.
right?
Let us go.
That means we have enough. We have enough to revive everyone.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
And we can get torches if this merchant will allow us to go into debt. Why are we wasting a crystal? We can just push.
We're towards the end of the
Mousie said
stream
that I could be
anyway.
anything I wanted to be. And so I chose to be lazy.
Hey, you gotta respect the grind set, okay?
We have
You should
3
not listen to
crystals.
advice.
I'm on giant.
Kerm is hustling.
Crystal.
3 crystals and 20 minutes left.
We can save those for retirement.
No, I think Giant
can't
Admin
save
is,
the
good
game!
at missions.
Save! We
Or is it
can't
We'll
Logan?
save them.
He didn't
save!
kill us last time, and he
There's
save
no
them for
retirement.
Pilgrim, too.
Once we leave, we're just, that's it.
got his job.
The game is so early access that there's literally no saving.
What if they need those crystals for later, though?
Oh, there it is. That's
Merchant
sweet sound.
time.
Right, who doesn't have loot on them? You just keep pushing and then we'll run.
Alright. I don't.
Drive-by seance.
What?
Oh, bring a choke.
Bring a joke.
Yeah, we have tools.
Yeah.
And the 2
Got a job.
cups.
So funny.
This is extremely dark. Really, I'm almost underground as well.
This is
it's
so
morning.
funny.
What? Hey? Now it's not raining.
Oh, Sean's getting soaked.
What's going on with this weather? I just want a shower. I'm a peasant. Come on.
Oh, is he just gonna keep pushing past?
Where's my
Oh, no,
bath? Let the rains fall.
Oh my
Sean's just
god.
gonna
was the
stumble
summoning
off
wind.
into the woods.
Oh, someone's gonna come back.
Oh, let's see.
Oh no, they 3 masks!
Oh, love
Hey.
We lost the duck call!
No.
We can go into
No.
debt and buy it. I'm just saying.
No.
Wait, did I sell
I
it?
also feel like I have the right to push Patrick into death.
Oh, we need some torches, don't we?
What?
Some torches.
You already pushed me into that.
Okay.
Do we?
No,
You
let's.
guys,
did. I
you
pushed
guys
you.
I saw-
absolutely
I
slapstick.
saw two
You
people colliding on
slapsticked
the
into
bridge.
each other like idiots.
No! Oh, don't call me an idiot! I was on the bridge and he ran! I was already on the ground, I was nearly off it! He just crossed!
Oh my god.
Hey, you never
Okay.
said
Shouldn't
you
we
were
buy
crossing,
torches?
okay?
Wait, shouldn't we buy torches?
Nah,
we
don't
were
need
asking
it.
about that.
More room for loot.
I mean, with 20 minutes left, you know, vibes.
Loot grind set.
Loot grind
We could
set.
also keep
20
going
minutes
and see
to,
if we can reach town.
20 minutes
On-
to
on-
Italy, Albania.
On that front,
When?
does anyone not have a torch? Want a torch? Because I may have to leave slightly early.
I can take it.
So if you want a torch, there's a
There you go.
on the floor there.
What if we kept going?
What if we kept rolling?
Right. I'm gonna wish you all adieu. Have fun.
All right, bye, Garg.
Bye, Garg!
Hear me out, everyone.
Bye.
Gang. Everyone come here.
Yeah, what's up?
Hear me out.
Come
I
hither.
think someone's already in.
Oh, well, okay.
I don't think
Miss-
so.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're on the wrong side.
We're
No,
going,
we're not.
We're going backwards for once.
Oh, this is just the back way. Oh, going through the back door, you said?
I think this is the
Happy
correct
Pride.
way. Oh wait, is this all of us? This is all of us. No.
Okay. In we go.
Yeah, so hear you out.
Well, my thought process is we could see.
Oh, okay.
Nicely done.
Well done, Master Wayne.
Woo! Everyone good?
So we could see.
Where the map goes.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, that's a dead end. I'm gonna check this side.
Oh, crystal I see in the distance.
Is there a torch thingy?
Oh.
Yes.
Torch, torch, torch,
Crystal.
torch.
Trap in the middle. Oh, how do we get through here?
The torch is gonna go out. We don't have a torch thing.
Maybe there's a reset area.
That's weird and unfortunate.
Oh.
That's the exit.
Oh,
Okay.
we got this.
Look at us go. See, we're doing great.
This is like,
If this is a straight line and there's a
Speedrun
dog,
times.
I'm gonna cry.
oh, that'd be so bad.
Maybe the
Oh,
duck was. Oh my god, there's more.
oh, there's a bend.
Do we go left straight line or right straight line?
When nothing goes
What?
right,
There was a
go
there was a
left.
right. Oh no.
That was a right.
All right.
You gotta fight.
This might be the farthest we've gotten.
Absolutely. Hundreds of miles.
Right, I'm sticking with you, Sean.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a dead end. I'm going to meet my maker really soon.
You think?
Oh wait, this door was already open. Oh.
What the hell is that sound? We lost the other two. What's happening?
Oh, we gotta keep looking at him as we back up.
Burning man, burning
Is that
man,
what
burning
they're
man,
saying?
burning man, burning man.
I'm still looking at him. Why is he still running?
Why that way? That just loops.
Why is he still running?
Why?
What is that trap sound?
I took a wrong turn. Yep, I concur.
What if we just go?
Let's just leave him. Who needs them? We're slowing down the car.
Why do I keep hearing traps? Oh my god, the traps are so loud.
They are very loud.
I keep hearing trap noises.
Okay, he's no longer behind us. But it's just...
I keep hearing doors.
Is this the right way?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, activated traps.
You can hear
up
all
the
that.
stairs. Nice.
Where are the other two? Where's Kerm? Where is he?
Wait, we
Okay,
lost.
four.
Someone went.
Where's Kerm?
Kerm Garg.
He had a torch. He'll be fine.
Kerm!
So, okay,
Or his
so we
Kerms
had like a
against
straight
Skyrim.
and a right. Kerm and I went like right, and you guys went straight, and then we looped around into the same place. You saw the Burning Man. We went straight back, but he decided to go back into that loop.
Huh.
And I told him not
that
to,
you know.
but I
He only
thought he
has
was
himself
with
to
you.
blame.
Kerm! I'll always remember him. My torch is going out.
Torch. Thank you.
Did we
Try
lose
and get
him?
him.
Is he dead? Or is he alive?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Did you guys also see like the screen where someone dies? I did see that screen.
I think
I
Kerr
thought it
might
was
be
the
dead.
monster, but maybe he died. Who had the loot?
No one.
Get any loot.
I didn't get anything.
Oh no, we didn't find any, did we?
Well, here's the thing. We've got 10 minutes left.
Time
I
to
say we put
sail
the
off into
crystals in.
sunset.
Yeah, I say we put the crystals in and see
Okay.
where that leads.
Pedal to the
yeah.
metal. Man, I miss our giant.
The giant is just
It's
stuck
so
behind
much-
the gate still.
So much simpler.
Can't believe that actually worked. Get in. No, we have crystals.
Oh,
Sick.
my guys.
Hopefully you're dead and we're not leaving you behind.
Imagine.
I wonder what would happen if you do like leave and someone's still.
I don't know.
We can't get both of them though. Oh wait, yeah we can. We have wine glasses. We can get them all back if any of them are dead. And
Well,
then,
Garg
we
left.
can sail off into the sunset.
Yeah, okay, let's do
Oh.
it. Garg left because he had to leave early. We're getting Kerm back. Come on, Kerm. No Kerm
I'm
left
so
behind.
good at drawing.
Oh my god.
Don't.
It just looks like spunk all over the ground.
There we go. Enough. Get the mat. Get him back.
Oh, there we
Hey!
Get him back.
Hey.
Let's ride off into the
Alright, let's go.
sunset!
Erica, you remember the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I was walking over it, and like my guy took like a big step to the left, and he just fell.
Oh no.
Like I don't know why. Like I guess he just like clipped. Like I don't know.
Get in!
Wait, 1, 2. Wait, who are we?
Who are we missing?
Sailing off into the sunset.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The pirate code is anyone
Sean?
left behind.
Get in, Sean!
No, we're faster than him. Stop.
We gotta ride off together.
Go.
Okay, let's do
Go.
this.
Activate turbo.
Off we go
I
into
guess I'll
the
use an oil
sunset.
lamp.
I wonder how far we'll get. This has been a gem of a game. Anyways, I'm excited to see what
That's-
happens, like what saves are a thing. And you
Bets
can
on how much
rejoin.
distance we shall travel. I'm gonna go for 39 distance.
You think? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's a good bet.
I'm just gonna release the pigeon and see what happens.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh. So that's what happens.
Oh my god!
I didn't know it would just like bring us back.
That killed Petrock.
Crashed him.
That's my plan, actually.
Oh well. Backtrack's gone to somewhere better.
wow. Famous last words. I'm gonna release the pigeon.
I didn't know it was like a pigeon that just killed us.
No! You idiot! You release a pigeon while you're back at town! Well, you probably so we can like pay or whatever? Or then we can get in town. If you don't have a pigeon when we can
Oh.
get back to town, we can't go back into town.
Well,
I
much
see.
like the center of a Tootsie Pop, I guess we'll never know how many distance we're required to get there.
I can't.
I think that we could have gone all the way up to 69. Never mind 39.
I don't know
Oh
where
my
we're
God.
supposed to read that information.
It tells you at the beginning!
Yeah, it says release the bird when you're at the end, so it makes its way back.
Reading is for nerds.
Oh my god.
It wasn't even a read thing, it told you, it was the announcer behind the gate.
Oh my god. I'm actually just... Oh, that's so funny. I'm gonna release the pigeon. Let's see what it does. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Perfect. Wouldn't have it any
Before
other way.
anyone could even realize what was about to
Before
happen.
anyone could like say it. Like just say no, don't do that. Oh god, that's so funny. Holy shit. Oh fuck. Well, I think I think we win. I think
What
we
a way to
Yeah,
end
just-
it.
like
Just edit it in post, it's fine.
Yeah. No, we didn't lose by everyone dying, so we
Oh
won.
yeah. Just edit when that happens instead of the pigeon release text, it says great enemy felled.
At the perfect time.
Just try fingers.
Souls
Edit
gone.
that as if this isn't live.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it does go up on the Augs Live channel, so.
Oh, okay.
Fix it in post.
Okay. Well, we've made it to 3 hours anyway. That was amazing. Thank you all for doing this with me. As scuffed as this game was, that was so much fun. Holy shit.
The scuff makes it better.
Yeah, this was a diamond in the rough. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Holy shit. Alright.
Yeah, something that's not just a Unity, like, acid flip.
Yeah.
It was great.
This is good fun.
Something to
Alright.
definitely revisit.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for when it gets updated next. But,
Imagine if this thing had mods as well. Oh.
oh
my
my
God.
god. Oh my god, imagine.
I wanted to keep the audio glitch, though.
Yeah, please keep the janky audio. Never change that.
Who knows?
Even though I did occasionally, like, hear dead people, like Haley Joel Osment in that film.
What?
Like, I would just, like, walk, and then suddenly, like, Mousie
Yeah.
would start, like, screaming. And it's like, oh, she's dead, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
got that once or
God.
twice too. I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, I had that as well. It was when someone else died, and then people reacted to that, or dead people reacted to that person dying. I would hear them.
Oh.
Yeah, usually be people laughing.
Right.
Because someone just died.
Oh, fuck this game. Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and end it here, homies. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. Is any Erica, you stream, don't you? Sean as well. Those of you who stream,
planning on streaming
say
some
so.
Aye.
Could you shout out your
I do.
channel?
Oh wait, yeah, no, I know.
Oh.
You set me up with that nitro, but-
Twitch.tv/I'm Sean Bean.
Fuck's sake.
Wait, is that
Reporting
is
for
that
duty,
Sean Bean
aye.
from
Aye.
National Treasure 1?
Oh my god, Nigel!
Please work.
It's
Say
fine.
the correct links.
We're done.
Oh, they are.
This is so scuffed. Nightjar, can you do the raid into into someone? I'm. This has gone all sorts of. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us for Saturday Spookums. This has been amazing.
Thanks for having us.
No notes. Brilliant. Have a good one, everyone. Good night.